turn around 3 times. Start shooting.
Personalize the way you see everything, and then conquer. Exclusive Black Equalizer brightens dark scenes without overexposing bright areas. Use the S switch to quickly access the setting and switch between save modes. Adjust the angle effortlessly for maximum comfort.
Welcome everybody to the Day 7 stream of the ESL India Premiership 2017, brought to you by Oman, by HP, Zowie, by BenQ, HyperX, and organized by Norton Gaming. Welcome everybody, I'm Vagish Godslayer Bhan, and we are upon the Day 7 of the live stream of the best teams, the best games from the ESL India Premiership 2017. So before we move on with the course of events, a couple of general reminders, since we were bombarded by the lot of you about how to register and become a part of it. So firstly, talking about registration, people, well, you can definitely register onto the phase 2 of ESL India Premiership. The registrations are live right now. There will be a registration link on the screen as I speak. Go onto this link and register yourself for either of the games you wish to participate in, that is namely Clash Royale, Dota 2 or Counter-Strike Global Offensive. Now moving on, let me also explain how this year around the ESL India Premiership works. So basically, it's quite simple. Unlike last year, we had just the Challenger 1, Challenger 2 and the Masters. This time around, we have 3 seasons: summer, fall and winter, with each season having one major offline grand event. Now, talking about the summer season specifically, considering that is what we're doing right now, we have the summer season divided into 3 consecutive simultaneous leagues. We have the Starter League, we have the Challenger League, and then we have the Master League. What we stream to you are the best of the games from the Masters League, involving the best of the teams who have either participated in the Masters or qualified for the Masters from last year, or they have been sent direct invites. Now, talking about the registration, if you want to become a part of it, you can definitely go ahead and register onto the Starter League, because that's where most probably you'll start off from and claw your way up as you face competition from all the other participants. Remember, this is the ESL India Premiership. Nothing comes easy, as you have to literally battle it against a promotion relegation system, so that we ensure that the gamers see the best of class and the best of gamers themselves. So moving on, ladies and gentlemen, once again, welcome to everybody joining us on the Facebook page of ESL India and the YouTube gaming channel of ESL India. Now, moving on, we have a game of Clash Royale, the first game coming up this evening. So this game today is going to be amongst 2 people, Shubham Nalbhe and Dipakk Mehta. Now, these both have already been featured in a couple of our live streams against different opponents. Now, a little bit of lowdown about them again. Now, Dipakk Mehta has been consistent in his gameplay and also started playing the game long ago. Probably, according to him, ever since the game released, and he is relentlessly trying to be better than all his competition. Let me tell you that the Clash Royale competition, the tournament here of the game, features one of the globally seeded players called Mrinmoy Lakar, who is comfortably sitting on the top of the entire points table as of now. Now, facing off against Dipakk Mehta, we have Shubham Nalbhe, who again hails from Aurangabad and is determined to make a dent in this particular aspect that, okay, you know what, I'm going to create a space for myself, and ESL India Premiership happens to be that kind of space. So he's also relentlessly trying hard to defeat his opponents. So ladies and gentlemen, taking you through Clash Royale, the first game of today, the day 7 of ESL India Premiership, we have Manoj Supergola, our caster. So go ahead guys, enjoy yourself. We have a best of 3 of Clash Royale coming up.
So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to day 7 of the ESL India Premiership summer season. This is Manoj Supergola, and thank you for that amazing introduction for the players as well as me, Vagish. And having said that, let's just jump right into the game. Today, we're watching Mehdi and Eagle Eye go at each other. Eagle Eye just opens up with his skeletons, maintains himself at 10 elixir. Mehdi also opting to not do anything, waiting to see one more card from Eagle Eye before he starts trying to counter it. Puts down a bowler who just walks into a poison along with the knight, and now starts getting belted by the baby dragon while the baby dragon is getting belted by Mehdi's star. So this is quite fun actually. Looks like both of these players have very similar decks, like 4 cards in common. You don't see that often happening. It's going to be really funny if Mehdi also has a skeletons in his deck. Graveyard coming out from Eagle Eye, aiming to do just a little bit of damage onto the tower, but in that case just failing to do so. He just did 3 hits from the skeletons onto the card. This baby dragon is going to easily clean up whatever Mehdi has just sent up the lane on the left. Another a tornado pull from Eagle Eye, pulling to his king tower. So that's going to be a very big advantage for him defensive capability wise. So Mehdi has revealed all of his cards, the last card being a zap, while Eagle Eye still holds one card in secret. His ace card, his card that's up his sleeve. We're going to have to wait and see how effective that card is going to be. So last minute left, we are entering double elixir time. Graveyard coming out from Eagle Eye to distract both the Mega Minion as well as the bowler. But just a little too late for that. The bowler starts throwing these giant rocks at each other, killing each other slowly. So the Mega Minion does survive the poison though, while Mehdi's miner that he just sent up the left lane has gone down. So I believe Mehdi is in trouble right now, but a bowler is a pretty tanky hero. I'm pretty sure it's going to be enough to stop that push, but the tower does lose about a fourth of its HP. Mehdi, on the other hand, has already brought down Eagle Eye's tower to below 1k, and it's in a real big danger of being destroyed. Last 10 seconds left. Looks like we are going to enter overtime, even if it's only going to be a short overtime. Both a knight, a bowler, as well as a Mega Minion coming out from Mehdi, standing in the poison, getting their lives slowly drained away. The miner coming out from Mehdi right on top of the tower, but the bowler does manage to push him away and stop him from doing too many hits to the tower. 500 HP left on the tower. Will that be enough? Doubtful. Baby dragon and a bowler being countered by a bowler. Oh, I'm sorry. There's a graveyard too. That's going to be really hard for Mehdi to deal with. Just a couple of more hits onto the tower after the poison has done its thing, and Eagle Eye is going to secure this victory. Like, he has managed to bring his tower down to 436 HP, which is in a bigger precarious position than what his own tower is at. And again, another poison coming out from Mehudi, putting the tower below 200 HP. But I'm gonna say, if Mehudi manages to place another poison on the tower, or a miner who just backs it with his last hit, 2 minutes left on overtime, and some good manners coming out, Mehudi takes the first round. And this has been a very close match, a very nail-biting match if I say myself. So while the players are getting ready for their next match, I'd like to take a moment and thank our sponsors, our biggest and best buddy in the world, our title sponsor for the ESL India Premiership 2017, Omen by HP, as well as Zoe by BenQ and HyperX. And this has been Nodwin Gaming, bringing this tournament to you live every day without fail. Again, I'd like to shamelessly plug myself. This is Manoj Supergola, casting Clash Royale for you and enjoying every bit of it, especially since the weather today in Gurgaon is not trying to kill me or any of my friends in the production team over there. So looks like the players are almost ready, and we're just waiting on them. There we go. So the second match of this matchup is live, Eagle Eye versus Mehudi. Let's see if the tables turn and we're getting a 1-1, or if it's just going to be like last game, a very close nail-biting finish with a 2-0 score. Looks like Mehudi hasn't used a sprite, but looks like the base composition of both their decks have been the same. Yeah, they started the match pretty quickly, so I don't think either of the players had much time to change their decks around a bit. Are we gonna see another boulder to counter this boulder coming down from Eagle Eye? Knight coming out ahead of the bowler to sort of protect him from the damage, but Eagle Eye is well placed bowler, has managed to kill both Mehudi's bowler, his knight, as well as the ice spirit. So that hurricane trying in. Oh, dude. Eagle Eye has misplaced the Eagle Eye has misplaced a tornado that may end up just costing him the game, because this is the Masters. Like, all of these players are playing at a very high level. Even a tiny little mistake could cost him the game. And so, just as we thought, Eagle Eye has not changed his deck. Maybe that could have caught Mehudi by surprise, but Mehudi hasn't changed his deck either. So this is quite a strange thing. Neither players changing their deck after such a close nail-biting match. Well, they're the pros, not me. Looks like they took a bit of a gamble, hoping the other guy would change something. But looks like that didn't work out. So this jungly voodoo guy throwing out darts through his what is it? Dart pipe? Dart blowgun? I don't know. He did do quite a bit of damage last game, but Mehudi is not able to place his single target damage well this round. Though he does have a sort of HP lead on his star. We'll just have to wait and see how long that will happen. Well placed tornado from Eagle Eye, bringing down a lot of the HP, but that baby dragon does not have enough DPS to bring them all down. And as a result, we see 4 pretty powerful and tough units on Mehudi's side, going and walking at the slow path on the left to Eagle Eye. Another the baby dragon coming out finishing the job. The first one couldn't finish. That ice sprite manages to freeze the baby dragon, and the baby dragon does not manage to get even a single hit off onto the group of 3 units over there. So that's pretty advantageous for Mehudi. And wow, that miner and the poison just doing the work. Right, wow, okay guys, so that's it. So Mehudi has managed to get one more victory with a 1 crown. And that's it. Looks like this matchup has gone to Mehudi 2-0. Good play, Eli, but unfortunately today is Mehudi's day, and this has been some exciting clash. So I hope whoever is watching has enjoyed my cast. And if you didn't, just tweet at me at SuperXL. That's SOUPERXL. Or you can follow me on Facebook, Manoj Supergola. And I'd like to take this time to shamelessly plug my new show that's coming out on Nodwin Gaming's YouTube channel. It's called Man vs. Game. It's going to feature me. It's going to feature Orange, Persian Mayao Shariari, and it's going to feature quite a few superstars from our Indian gaming scene. And we're going to be playing some fun games. We're going to play some RPGs. We're going to play some MOBAs. We're going to play some competitive FPS. Literally everything that the gaming world has to offer. And we're going to be playing it for our entertainment as well as yours. So I hope you catch us soon. And that being said, I'm handing this over to our host, our amazing, amazing host, Vagish Godslayer Ban. Thank you, guys. Just take it away.
I won't let it die. I can feel you when you're not around. When the night gets cold, I won't be alone. We won't be
Back from the grounds of player versus player action of Clash Royale, people. This is the ESL India Premiership 2017, Day 7 of the live stream, brought to you by Omen by HP, Zowie by BenQ, HyperX, and organized by Nodwin Gaming. Now, we just saw Dipakk, the Mehta win against Shubham Nalbhe. Well done, Mehdi, well played. Now, as they all say, sometimes you ought to play your cards right, and apparently you did, considering you have a victory of 2-0 in your kitty right now. Congratulations once again, Mehdi, and hard luck, my man, Shubham Nalbhe, Eagle Eye, your nickname being. Well, hard luck. Maybe you will perform better next time. Who knows? Next time you come back with a victory, and that too with a bang. Who knows? And just like the caster said, maybe sometime later you may have an ace up your sleeve. Okay, these are very bad jokes. I should move away from them. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Vagish Godslayer and I'll be taking you through these games as they happen on the live stream of the ESL India Premiership 2017, one by one, game by game. We just got done with the Clash Royale stream. Now we are moving on to the second game of the day 7 of ESL India Premiership 2017, which is a 5v5 MOBA called Dota 2. We're all very happy about Dota 2 because it involves a lot of team effort, team communication, and a lot of individual skill. So moving on, we have two amazing teams facing off against each other, both international teams. We have 4 Medical from Nepal, led by entrepreneur and captain Kunyo Timsilna. Now, this is a Nepal-based team. They have been a part of the ESL India Premiership last year, but sadly, they failed to rake in that kind of, attention, because they failed to make a mark last year, and this time around, they hope to change that particular aspect about themselves and the team, because they are here to ensure that people remember Nepal is not to be messed with, and so is 4 Medical. We have one more team from Nepal, 3C4DA, which has been doing pretty well recently in the ESL India Premiership, but right now their opponents are all the way from Bangladesh, the Council from Dota, people. Now, the Council is known to have quite some fans in the Indian subcontinent, considering all their players, all 5 of them, are pretty fun-loving people, nice to mingle with, and of course, when they get into game, they mean business. They are boss level people, and definitely we should remember that these are the people who won the Challenger 2 back in 2016 during the ESL India Premiership when it was held in Bengaluru. Now, this time around, they want to change that point about themselves where they could not make a mark in the Masters, but this time around, they are here with the idea that they had to stay and win and take back home the glory they could not last year in the Masters. So moving on, people, we are going to be delving into the next game, Dota 2, along with the casters Vivek Venkatraman and Nishant Cloudix Patel. Go ahead, make our day, gentlemen.
I won't let it die. I can feel you when you're not
Personalize the way you see everything. And then conquer. Exclusive Black Equalizer brightens dark scenes without overexposing bright areas. Use the S switch to quickly access the setting and switch between save modes. Adjust the angle effortlessly for maximum comfort.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're here for another matchup for the Masters League of the ESL India Premiership. It is Season 1, the Summer Phase 1 that we're going to be watching for Miracle versus the Council in a Nepal versus Bangladesh matchup. I'm CloudX, with me Vivek. We're from AFK Gaming, and we hope you guys have been enjoying our cast so far. If you have any constructive criticism and feedback, you know where to find us. I'm at facebook.com/therealcloudx. Vivek is at facebook.com/Vivek. For Miracle, on the dire side, they've chosen to ban out the Magnus, while the Council chooses to get rid of the Slaughter. Your thoughts, Vivek? You've seen both these two teams in action in the past. Is it Nepal or is it Bangladesh that takes this one?
My heart wants Bangladesh to take it because I am a Council fanboy of sorts, but I think for Miracle are the stronger side here. The Council having running some really greedy lineups with Meepo going to the jungle as a 4-position Meepo. I don't even know if that's the thing. I mean, you can pretty much do anything you want in Dota, but it doesn't always end up working. And you just have a 5-position disruptor who's meant to carry everything in the support phase of the game. So yeah, let's hope they don't run anything of that nature in this matchup, and they should be fine. They're opening with a solid pick. It's going to be the Monkey King. I think this is Jin's hero. Yeah, Len goes to the mid lane. Sorry, both of them are brothers.
Right. So the last match we watched for Miracle versus 3C4DA, the score on the website says 3C4DA took the win, but if memory serves correctly, I think for Miracle had that one. I'm not too sure if this is an error or if my memory is just being absolutely terrible here, but for now it looks like 3C4DA are on top of the standings charts. They've got a score of 3-0 apparently, while for Miracle is sitting at a score of 1-2, lower down in the 5th position. Meanwhile, the Council, unfortunately, they've played 2 games and they've lost both games. They're sitting right at the bottom of their charts. The first loss came at the hands of the Council. Their second loss came in the hands of 3C4DA.
Yeah, I mean, the Council have to be careful here. If they continue with this sort of form, there are chances that they could get relegated. So a win would do them a lot of good.
All right. So, I mean, my memory is a little hazy again. We've been casting so much Dota over the last few days that, we kind of lost track of what's been going on with Miracle versus 3C4DA. But I remember there being an Enigma in that game. And
yeah, the Enigma was on for Miracle. They didn't end up winning.
I'm pretty... Oh, right. You're right. Yes. The Enigma.
I mean, there was that one black hole, but yeah.
I remember now. All right. So they're going to open up with an Earth Spirit and a Dark Seer as their first 2 picks. And the Council, meanwhile, will go with the Monkey King as their opening pick. I like this Monkey King, a significantly smarter pick than Well, than the Meepo in the jungle, like you mentioned the last time around. I do like the Monkey King and the Crystal Maiden support duo. This is really good. You've got Monkey King with enough mana sustenance to keep jumping in with his Primal Springs. You've got Crystal Maiden to act as a babysitter. Crystal Maiden's also pretty good versus the Darkseer. You catch him with a Frostbite mid-surge and you're almost certain to get a kill on him.
Mm-hmm. And knowing the council and the sort of heroes they do prefer, I was going to say that they would end up picking the Juggernaut. But yeah, it is the Juggernaut getting banned out by 4 Miracles. So they've definitely done their homework. Slock wouldn't be too bad a core for the council. But you do not want to reveal your cores this early on. Next set of bans for the council. Len does run a lot of unconventional heroes in the mid lane, and he's pretty confident of going up in almost any matchup in the mid lane. So I guess you ban cores here. Yeah, it is the Spectre getting banned out. Council being one of the sides that did run a lot of offlane Sand King at the early edition of the ESL India Masters. So Spectre makes sense. I mean, it can jump onto the Sand King and disable his blink. Think about now.
Spectre has really become quite the hot pick, I have to say, as far as one positions go. But for Miracle, they'll go with the Invoker as their next pickup. This is a good duo between the Earth Spirit and the Invoker. The Rolling Boulder should come in. You should have the Orb of Venom to help take down with the Cold Snap. Depending on who the Council is running at mid, they might have a really tough time here. Essentially, it's going to be Council's Monkey King versus the Earth Spirit on for Miracle for contesting for the middle lane and for kills in the middle lane. And I do feel like a well-played Earth Spirit adds a little more value there than the Monkey King.
I would really like the council to pick up Puck in this game for the mid lane. Dreamcoil does have some synergy with Wukong's command. And yeah, they will have some silence of their own, strong initiation, and let the hardcore physical DPS come out from the safe lane here. But they're going to pick up the center. So their offlane is secured. A much better draft coming up from the council here. Not the usual greed you see them run normally.
Centaur.
I would really
indeed very tanky actually. This is one of those few heroes that doesn't feel too threatened with those Sunstrike initiations. I mean, sure, if you've got enough heroes jumping upon him with the pure damage kicking in, he is going to be going down. But his high base strength and of course his mobility with the Stampede makes him fairly tough to bring down.
I would really like for Miracle to pick up something like the Rubik here. Lots of good spells to steal. Telekinesis should be set up for a Sunstrike. And I mean, you're not giving away too much just yet. A Rubik would be a safe pick, but they're going to go with the Disruptor. Even more teamfight coming out from 4 Miracle.
The problem here is they don't really have any flying vision just yet. And without flying vision, it's pretty difficult to bring down that Monkey King. That said, though, I think the kinetic field does provide flying vision. If I'm not mistaken, it should provide flying. I don't know. Yeah, because when you kinetic field over a tree area, you get vision of the entire area within the kinetic field, right? I do believe there is flying vision to that. Anyway, we'll find out. Lifesteal is going to be the pick coming out from the council. They have the defense bomb set up now with the Centaur, and I mean in extreme scenarios with the Monkey King as well. Last pick on the board for both teams. For Miracle are going to be looking for the one position pick up on their end. And noticing that the council's banned out the Terrorblade, while the council's looking for their mid to deal with the Invoker. Templar is still in the pool. There is plenty of damage over time on the side of a Miracle. Do they go for the Templar? Do they switch gears and go for something different? Perhaps an OD here.
Templar wouldn't be too bad. The council do like to run a lot of Skywrath on Len. Is this the game though?
It could work. I mean, there is synergy with the Frostbite or the Hoofstomp into a Skywrath Mystic Flare. And Skywrath is really dangerous versus the Ursa at mid. But instead, I said the Ursa instead of the Invoker at mid. But Ursa is going to be the pick here. Ursa should be, this should be a mid Ursa. And given the right circumstances, Invoker could be having a tough time here. It's going to take a good rotation from the Monkey King, possibly even the Crystal Maiden. But they could score a kill on the Invoker without a doubt. But that last pick, though, from Miracle, that just throws a wrench right into the council's plans. One of the best ways to deal with heroes like the Ursa and the Lifestealer is to have mobility. and Slark is arguably the most mobile core under cover of the Shadow Dance. They don't really have too many AoE disables. I mean, they have the Hoof Stomp, but that's really all they have here. And Slark, he's got pretty much free reign of the battlefield post the 15-minute mark.
Okay, for those of you who've been following the council, they have switched up roles here. Closer was the offlaner, with Deaths going to the safe lane in the earlier edition of the ESL India Premiership Masters. But this time, it's Deaths going to the offlane and Closer playing the safe lane role. Anywho, in terms of draft, I think both teams are evenly matched. A lot of it will boil down to the rotations coming out from the early game, from the Monkey King and the Earth Spirit. It is going to boil down to support play, at least in the early to mid game, and as the game scrolls later and later. Yeah.
Guys, give us a moment. We actually have Dota bugging out on us here. Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
Just a second.
We do seem to be having some issues with our camera control here. Our config file kind of went nuts.
There, it's working.
There,
It's working.
It's working. Whew. So shape. Anyway, guys, we're going to do a quick introduction to start things off. On the side of the Radiant, it is the Council. You've got Monkey King played by Jin. Crystal Maiden's going to be handled by Animal. Deaths is going to be playing that Centaur. Ursa is going to be handled by Len, or End Len Love in this case. And lastly, it's going to be Closer on the Life Sealer. It does seem like they're doing an offensive tri lane, by the way, which possibly explains why Closer is playing that Life Sealer. Meanwhile, on the other side...
Yeah, on the other side, we've got Kunyu playing the Darkseer. Disruptor will be played by Solo Rank Warrior, and I think he's caught out of position. They are chasing him down. Won't even let me finish the introductions.
Oh,
the Hoof
man.
Stomp completely missed. That's not a Fisher, my friend. The Kinetic Field holds them back. Underwhelming. And Jin, well, he's forced to skill up something. I mean, he would have liked to hold on to the skill point in case he wanted to go to the offlane and harass the Darkseer with Jengu Mastery.
It's odd that they actually missed that Hoof Stomp. I mean, the Centaur has...
No mana.
I mean, well, now he has no mana,
Yeah.
of course. Thank you, Captain
No.
Obvious. Yeah. You've got 300 movement speed on the Centaur. Disruptor has 300 himself, but with the Orb of Venom slow coming in from the Monkey King, who, by the way, is a tree now, they should have been able to score that Hoof Stomp quite comfortably. I'm not too sure how they goofed that up. Anyway, we are going to see this pseudo tri lane, or this tri versus tri situation on the top lane, but as of now, they're actually running dual lanes. This is Jin and Death's going to be hanging around on the top side, while Lifestealer is going to have backup from the Crystal Maiden on the bottom.
Do you play a lot of Lifestealer?
I
Somewhat.
used to.
What's the skill build when you lane against a Darkseer? I mean, when you got so much Iron Shell.
It's pretty much standard, man. You just leave 1 point in the feast and...
Okay.
You really can't do anything as a life sealer. I mean, putting more points in the feast is not really going to help you, right?
Right.
The difference between 7.5% and 4.5% life steal from a melee creep that has 500 HP is negligible. That's all that thought though, because at top lane there is a good 2-hero Hoof Stomp coming out, but Jin is the one that's giving chase here, stacking up the damage up against Solo Rank Warrior. He did get slowed down by that Orb of Venom, and now they're going to turn their attention towards Viper, who'll cut a path through the trees and make his escape. They have another, well, they don't have another Hoof Stomp available. Deaths doesn't have any more mana to work with. And he didn't even get a level up. They're actually trying for the rolling boulder. They will connect onto Jin. Jin could be going down here. He's got nowhere to go. And they will get the kill as for Miracle. Solo Rank Warrior will be the one to claim it.
Yeah, I said it all boils down to the early game, and the early game definitely not going in Council's favor. At the mid lane, though, Ursa is doing a whole lot better compared to the Invoker. 5 denies to his name, 3 kills, 3 last hits as well. So, a lot of pressure on Len to start to snowball. Rotation coming in
up
from
top. Viper gets hit with 1 Orb of Venom shot, but he did have the rolling boulder. No real way to kill him off there. Meanwhile, Invoker, he's sitting at 3 CS up against the 5 and 6 on the Ursa, so clearly Len is the one getting the better of this early stage in the lanes. That's understandable, of course, though, because it's just 1 point in the Exhort and 1 point in the Vex as of now, and even that Alacrity is not going to help him out too much. Len can just walk up to him and start trading blows. In fact, Len is going for the kill here, gets another Earth Shock off, needs 1 more hit to secure that solo kill. Even an attempt with an Iron Branch being planted there from the Invoker, but he ends up dropping as Len just runs him down, and that's without boots, man.
Yeah.
We did have a death on the Monkey King as well, by the way.
Another death?
Yeah, I'm not too sure how, but it seems that it was the Earth Spirit that ended up getting the kill.
Not the best of starts for the Monkey King. You do not want to be spending too much time in the trees. I mean, you want to be getting your EXP somewhere, and that ideally comes out of assisting in kills and making kills happen across the map. But Earth Spirit, he's got the same idea. He's rotating to the mid lane. And yeah. Who is that? Okay, that's jungling.
He sees death though. He sees him because of this observer ward.
I really like this move. I mean, it's a good thing. As a die support, you do want vision around the camp. You might spot out stacks. You might steal them, even contest them. So good stuff coming out from the Earth Spirit. The supports on the side of 4 Medical a whole lot more proactive. And here comes a moving tree. It's not a Twin Protector. It's a Monkey King.
I am Root. He's not gonna get this kill though. Animal is a little out of position there.
He could have actually jumped off, but hey.
I don't think they've got it, right? Because they have to get the Frostbite within the surge. Else they don't score this kill on Kunio. He's too tanky.
But this is a very obvious way to rotate into the lane. And without points in Jingo Mastery, I'm not sure if he had to walk across the lane as a tree.
Yeah. Kunio also sees that he doesn't have those points in Jingo Mastery, which is why he's okay with trading hits with Jin for now.
No boundless strike either. I mean, this is not a kill. This is you wasting time and not creating space. He's chasing him all the way, but
he's going for the bounty rune, man. Look at that. How is he gonna get it? Okay, he gets it. What a cheeky play from Jin. Now that's worth it. Now he's not wasting his time anymore. But if he dies here, it may not be worth it after all. Sunstrike will not clip him. He turns with the boundless strike, gets the stun. The cold snap connects on him. He actually stops for a moment and ends up dying. I think Animal might have been able to save him there. But now it's 3-1 for Miracle will take the lead, or rather continue taking the lead.
A gift from the tempest of battle.
As far as the net worth charts goes, you've got Ursa leading the charts at about 2,000 net worth for himself. That middle lane has gone exceedingly well for Len over here. With that, he's got his boots online. His phase boots should be coming online soon as well. Even picks up a windlace for good measure. That invoker is going to have to be very careful, but fortunately for him, he can invoke the Ghost Walk and make a break for it. That's only possible up until Len picks up his own dust for the secured kill.
Yep. 5 minutes in, Jin sitting at level 2, Disruptor at level 3. And that's with 2 deaths to his name. Anyway, he's spending some time in the lane trying to catch up. Invoker really lagging in terms of net worth though. Not sure what's the reason for him missing so much CS.
It's the one death, of course, and the threat of Ursa just walking up to him and smacking him in the face. Look at this. Every time he tries to come forward for a creep, Ursa goes and just bares his fangs at him. If the Invoker stays, Ursa Earth shocks and goes ham on him. That's where the bottle really adds so much value. Ooh, he's going for the one hit with the Fury Stripes, but can't quite get it. And even with Viper waiting around here, this Ursa is not going to die anymore. Heck, I'm worried that they might get a double kill, but as I'm saying that up top, they do get the kill on Solo Rank Warriors Disruptor, and they're coming in for Madro as well. They'll get him with the double edge. Viper rolling boulders in as well. Without that boulder smash to connect, the Centaur makes a break for it. While Animal is actually still thinking of chasing under the tower. Walks away after one quick hit.
A good rotation coming up from the Crystal Maiden and Caster's Curse, man. It's real. She's dropping low. Will she deny herself? No, she won't. Solo Ranked Warrior gets a return kill.
The problem, again...
They brought down the Slark, right?
They did bring down the Slark, yes.
Okay.
It's alright, it's completely worth it. But she probably would have escaped with her life as well had she not gone for that one extra hit on the Earth Spirit under his tower. That was absolutely unnecessary. Speaking of things that aren't necessary here, you've got Len running around again. He's back on full HP, so even Viper can't think of rolling onto him again. He is bullying all hell out of this Invoker, and there's nothing that For Miracle can do to stop this at this point.
I think Invoker just waits out this horrible spell in the mid lane, waits for Disruptor to get some levels, and it's going to take a rotation from the Disruptor and the Earth Spirit to make something happen. They also need to keep the vision going just in case Ursa tries to sneak in a quick Roshan. So wards somewhere around the rune / Rosh pit would be nice as early as possible.
Up top, Monkey King. Thinking of making a play again. Those observer wards are going to provide some valuable intel of the Monkey King now rotating in to the north side. Now he's waiting behind the trees. And as if Len really needed any help here to
He
get
gets
those
caught
kills.
out. He gets caught out.
No tangos though.
Um, so the thing about how Monkey King's tree dance works to some extent is that if you jump and there creeps anywhere close to the tree that you jump to, the range creep does turn its attention towards you. So ideally, when you jump to said tree, you want to pop Mischief immediately so that they don't notice you anymore. Mid lane, Len, he's running like an angry little Ursa warrior. The Boundless Strike is there. Primal Spring as well. Len trying to turn it around. Enrage on cooldown. Here comes the Crystal Maiden with the Crystal Nova. But Jane gets glimpsed back. This will be one kill. Tries to turn into an Ironwood branch. But is sent back to base to buy one instead. And the Dire disengage with the kill onto the Monkey King.
Again, not what they came for. I mean, they went in expecting a kill on that Ursa warrior, but they end up walking away with just a consolation prize in the form of that Monkey King. But again, they'll take what they can get. They end up losing nothing in the bargain, so why not?
Yeah, Jin needs to be a lot more careful with the rotations he's been making. He's been spotted out most of the time, which does allow 4 Miracle the chance to rotate and react to this rotation. So
Look at the bottom lane, meanwhile. Closer is trying his best to bully out Coolio here. He gets that tier 1 tower taken down by himself as well.
Closer and Len are having a good time.
Oh, sick stuff coming out. Why would you do that, Deaths? The Boundless Strike was a setup for you to pop your hoof stomp, not your double edge, but at least they managed to get the kill. Watch for the potential Sunstrike coming out from the Invoker, but looks like the Invoker doesn't have mana to even invoke and pop a Sunstrike here. It really demolished his early game.
Yeah, but he's not doing too bad in terms of farm. He's moved into the jungle, but someone's coming to contest. It's Len. Yeah, he's got the dust as well. I mean, he's not going to let this Invoker go. So Len doing his best to shut down the Invoker. While how are the offlaners doing? I mean, Darkseid is up to 2.9k gold. Centaur not doing too bad either.
Darkseid has actually picked up the Arcane and the Soul Ring, so he can be a bit of a nuisance here. Viper is waiting as well. Can they get the Boulder Smash? Yes, they can. Can they get the Geomagnetic Grip? Well, he doesn't have it. Viper is just going to try and fight around while the Life Stealer makes his way back under his tier 1 tower. So no kill there for Miracle, but they will apply some pressure. Len. Well, he's making progress towards that Blink Dagger now. Council are... I mean, this is really the silver lining though, that their cores are super farmed. For Miracle did have the lead for the early game, at least as far as their laning stage was going, but this middle lane has just been decimation all the way through. While the Monkey King hasn't really gotten too much out of this game, he's now sticking around the bottom lane to leech some EXP, and he's up to a respectable level 4. He's actually managed to outpace the other roamer, that is the roamer on the side of Miracle, aka the Earth Spirit.
Yeah. Jen.
Uh-oh.
Drops a ward, brings him down with the Boulder Smash. Jane, come on. That 5-second stun is real, and it in the end, the Iron Shell that scores the kill for Darkseid.
Yeah, that was again some very questionable movements coming out from Jin. Going in deep with that tree dance, expecting to not be punished, but he actually jumps straight.
He's going in deep as double edge, Storm, Madara. Has he got Shadow Dance? Yes, he does.
Yeah, Madara's okay. There's no Sunstrike on the side of the way to punish him for this either. All he's got to do is hide in the trees, come back with some more HP, and then start going to work on Deaths again. Deaths does have a lot more regen, however, with the Ring of Health and the Tranquil Boots. You know, I'll have a look at Disruptor. He's chosen to put 2 points into the Thunderstrike as well as the Kinetic Field, and only 1 point in the Glimpse.
I do not understand 2 points in Kinetic.
I don't agree with it. I mean, sure, you're doubling up the duration of the Kinetic Field, but...
Is that what you need, though?
Yeah, I don't think so, man. I think you need the range and the Glimpse, especially versus heroes like the Monkey King.
I mean... Maybe because the melee goes on the other side.
Stampede up top. Looks like they put it to good use. They got the kill on the Disruptor again. Now Madara is going to go in on Jin. Jin is trying to dodge that Sunstrike. He's going to end up going down anyway to the Life Stealer. Sorry, to the slot. While Deaths is going to be next on the hit list. Double kill for Madara while Closer is making a run for it. Viper doesn't have any more mana to work with. Madara giving the surge along with the Ion Shell, but will not be able to find the kill on Closer, who will smack the ground and TP out like a child throwing a tantrum.
So... they bring down the...
Oh, Invoker. I've seen this movie before. That's a level 2 Frostbite, a dust for good measure. Heck, he doesn't even have any mana to get out of this. Then just chews him up and spits out his bones.
Yeah, so they got the Disruptor, but they lost the Centaur and the Monkey King. Not sure if it was worth it. I mean, that was an infest bomb for the Umarara. He's got Essence Shift, but it's not going to be enough.
So that's actually finished up a full Horde of Defiance here.
It's a good start. I mean, that's definitely a good start for the offlane at 12 minutes in.
It's a really good decision as well to go for the Hood instead of the Blink Dagger first here. Considering that almost everything that For Miracle brings to the table right now is magic damage. Even the Slark, you don't really rely on a Slark to auto-attack you at this point. His primary sources of damage are the Pounce and the Dark Pack, both of which combine to about 400 or 500 magic damage. Having that Hood, or rather having that 25% magic resistance, really gives him a lot of effective HP in this game.
I think Monkey King was scouted, yeah. He did it again. Anyways, the Sunstrike will whip. They know he's around.
But now he's going to jump further down south. He's even got a Lifestealer infested into him, by the way, this time. It was pretty close. They're still trying to break trees over here, expecting the Monkey King to be around.
For Miracle have to be careful. I mean, if they lose a couple of heroes, it could instantly turn into a tower for the Radiant. If nothing else,
Slark could be going down here. They started the Boundless Strike. There's the Infest out as well. They don't have detection, but Deaths manages to blind stun him anyway. They will get the kill. Shadow Dance and not. They bring him down, and all the while he's got Len going to work on on Roshan as well. Big trees coming out for the Council there.
yeah. I mean, the Council slowly picking up momentum in the early to mid game, and now this is going to become a real problem. He's rushing the Desolator instead of getting a positioning item, which I think would do him a whole lot better. But
yeah, I would have liked to see the Blink Dagger on him. Heck, the Desolator is actually not making too much sense to me here.
A lot of Usas do this nowadays. I mean, I haven't fully figured out why, but Desolator is one of...
It's great if you're looking to close out the game early, no doubt, but in this particular game, you need control. You need an additional source of lockdown to deal with that Slark. An early Basher would have helped. Big Static Storm, even bigger vacuum comes out. They end up getting a double kill for Miracle Solo Rank Warrior. While Ursa enters the fray now, he'll go and punish the Disruptor for laying down the law. But it ends up being a 2-for-1 Disruptor for the Monkey King and the Crystal Maiden.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Yeah, the Council just walked slowly but surely towards the Slark, and there was an immediate Static Storm coming out from the Disruptor, followed up by the Sunstrike coming out from the Invoker, which, if I'm not mistaken, was shared by a couple of heroes on the side of the Radiant. But what sealed the deal was Darkseid and his Vacuum. Anyway, it looks like the Radiant, they've reset, they're going for the tower once more. And this is what Council does do really well. I mean, they win a fight, they take a tower, they try and end the game as soon as possible. They've got the ages to work with. And maybe with... I'm not I once again question this early Desolator pickup, but yeah.
I mean, if anything, it is great at taking down buildings and objectives, right? So
Right.
It's gonna help. It's definitely gonna help in that department. And at this point, the Desolator without a Blink Dagger is questionable, but if they can manage to get initiation with their other heroes like this with a Stampede, they should be able to score these kills regardless. Madhurado did pop the Shadow Dance, and remember, he has a Shadow Amulet for Good Venture as well. Solo Rank Warrior, he's tagged one, does get the glimpse, drops on the kinetic field, but can't connect. He missed up the timings on that one. And Centaur just casually walks out like a ballerina on steroids. There's the rolling boulder coming in, and oh man, Viper gets chewed up alive, but Kunyo prevents the chase with a vacuum pulling back the Ursa. So they're kiting around for now. And Len will be regretting the decision of not having a Blink Dagger to finish the job on these heroes.
Yeah, my maxed out kinetic field doing no good for the Disruptor. Did drop it, but didn't catch anyone. And now he's going back to level up Glimpse.
At least, I mean, better late than never, right?
Better late than never, but anyway. Centaur, has he picked up his Blink?
He's almost there.
He's almost
1900
there.
gold for now. And with a Hood and a Blink 16 minutes in, I think he's done a fine job here.
Yeah, he's done a great job. I think the Council should just wait for his Blink and then probably try and make the next play. Invoker is trying to catch up, and he's done a fine job at it. I mean, his lane was not the most fun one to be in, and he's getting closer and closer to his Ags. Earth Spirit is catching up in terms of levels, and for Miracle, at the moment, they're purely reacting to the Council. Jane, hope he doesn't...
Oh, close shave there. Viper is just not letting this Monkey King do as he pleases. He's always on his toes. But it's alright, I guess. Jin's been creating a lot of space for his Dorsa to continue farming. And another hero that we haven't looked at is the Life Sealer. He's actually going for the Sanj and Yash this game.
Yeah, numerous buffs to Sanj, which makes players consider it time and time again. The MAME has definitely gotten buffed up. Even in the latest patch, if I'm not mistaken, one of the iterations of 7.00. But yeah, two heroes from the council right at the top of the network charts. The council, if anything, do have the advantage, do have the momentum. And they should try and make plays on the back of Centaur's Blink Dagger.
Looking back at the supports, for now it's just Crystal Maiden struggling to get that Glimmer Cape online. But again, small items like this have so much value versus a magic damage heavy lineup like the one that Miracle is running. As for Madara, he has managed to pick up the Shadow Blade on his Slark for now, so he could go about hunting for kills. But once that Glimmer Cape comes online, even the Crystal Maiden is not going to be easy pickings, at least not without a dust. Meanwhile at bottom, Monkey King again just waiting in the trees here. They have an inkling that he's around. I mean, they don't have any high ground wards.
No, this time he's on the right side of the trees. He's not near the common warded spot. He's on the other side, which isn't easier to guess or predict.
We're not seeing too many smoke rotations coming out from either side either. I think
the council want to group up now. I mean, yeah, Death's has got his Blink Dagger. Where's the USA Warrior?
He's still just with the Desolator walking.
Okay,
Oh, he's actually called something on the courier. It's his own Blink Dagger. There we go.
Wow, 19 minutes Desolator and Blink. That's a good timing for a TEA as well.
Yeah, Mama Kangaroo is also carrying that Life Sealer in a pouch here. So this is a very dangerous hybrid zombie kangaroo bear thingy.
I love the fact that he's picked up his own dust. So just in case his team isn't there.
Not suspicious at all, by the way. Just
no,
nonchalantly.
Wait, he's bumping some. Okay, Disruptor missed him.
He's got a ward placed down, but there is a sentry watching this. Viper, does he want to jump in with the rolling boulder? Tries off with. Well, he tries to get him with the geomagnetic grip, but can't quite find him. The Jin's been pinged out while Ursa continues to bring down this tower. It's ready to blink in, but it's Madara that gets caught out first. There's the Stampede to dodge some of this. There's a freezing field going off in the middle of the fray as well. They end up bringing down the Disruptor for now, while Closer and Len will bring down Madara behind. They're gonna come behind again as Kunio is causing some sort of havoc. For Miracle, Viper brings down the Crystal Maiden. He's looking to go for Deaths. Deaths? Get a countdown timer on his head, but he is gonna get smacked with the rolling boulder. Viper with the Iron Shell as well needs to connect the boulder smash, but he's got no more Stone Remnant charges. As the dust starts to settle, we do see that Closer actually is going in for more. He's gone for Viper, and Viper ends up going down, so the dust doesn't quite settle yet. Can we take a breather? Yes, we can, to analyze what went on in that fight.
So, majority of 4 Miracle's damage was from the Magnetize, if I'm not mistaken.
It was for Miracle.
4 Miracle.
Yeah, he did about 1200 damage.
Yeah, he bought down the Crystal Maiden.
It was actually both the Invoker and the Earth Spirit that did a truck ton of damage together, but I'm not too sure what the Invoker really used there to get his job done.
Yeah, Viper got a good magnetize off. I mean, Ursa, the Stampede just runs straight into the Dire, and Disruptor is left watching. I mean, before even the Disruptor can use Glimpse on Len brings the Disruptor down. And this was with even a completed Guardian.
They actually just jumped in again. What are you doing there? That's not your base.
Even the best gladiators
Might as well have denied his ward.
Impressive. Anyway.
But that's not worth it though for the council. These guys give us a moment to regroup at least. They're scoring kills everywhere. Earth Spirit ends up going down. Madara could be next on the hit list. Here comes the Invoker. He does get the Meteor off with a cold snap. He tried to bring down the Crystal Maiden. He does manage to get the kill, but ends up losing his life. It's a double kill now for Len, who's still just waltzing all over their parade here. And I believe he's yet to die. Yep, he's got 0 deaths upon him. Can we move back at bottom again? Because Closer seems to be pressuring that tier 2 tower. Looking at Kunio coming in, he might just try for a wild vacuum here.
No, he didn't see the Monkey King.
A good choice to go for the BKB after this. I do hope he goes back for the Basher. Yeah, the Basher and the Abyssal Blade after. Monkey King.
Bounty.
Solar Crest is on his shopping list. Or closer. He's going for the Basher himself. They're gonna need as much lockdown as they can possibly get versus this Slark. We spoke about how his mobility is going to be the most crucial factor that Formerical has working for them. If they can put that to use, if they can kite around the Ursa and the Life Sealer in these battles, I think they might be able to do a significant amount of damage. But with the double VKB, Invoker's essentially been rendered useless versus the cores on the side of the Council, and if they get their claws on him first, I think the Council wins the fight very convincingly. Now Madara could be caught out here without a Dark Pack. Deaths is ready to go. Ursa's coming in from the south side as well. They're going to start with the hook stop and then jump in. They just decimate him in a matter of seconds. That was ugly.
And that was a freshly completed Echo Saber on the Slark. I'm sure he would be the one looking for a pick-off, not the other way around. And the Council, they're now grouping up. They're applying pressure across multiple lanes. The Monkey King being scouted, but I think Jin is fine for the time being. Kinetic Field did give a little bit of vision with the Thunder Strike. They do have their sights on the Monkey King, but no one to really kill him. Where's the Invoker when you need him? He's there at the tier 3, invoking away. I mean, for Miracle, they're just too afraid to contest with the Ursa being so far ahead. I think this is one of those games where, as an Invoker, you play more with spells that are core specs heavy rather than exhort heavy.
Yeah, I could agree with you. This is one of those games where he has to be the one sort of opening up the fights for his team, making sure that, you know, they're kiting well around that Life Sealer, kiting around the Ursa, controlling the Ursa and the Life Sealer whenever the magic community is down.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
And most of the damage needs to come from the Earth Spirit in this game.
They have
fight
got out the center.
They got out the center and they do find a quick pick-off. While they did end up sacrificing 2 towers, they got a kill on the center. No Stampede essentially means they can continue going forward for more. Rolling Boulder from the Earth Spirit doesn't quite find anyone with it. As here comes Len, punishing Viper for overstepping his boundaries. Madara's going in on Len, he whips on the pounds. And I wouldn't be surprised if they turn around again. Len has popped the overpower. Now here comes the tornado, whiffs completely. Static Storm gets dropped. It's only on the Life Steal. The vacuum in the wall, pull them back in. They've done a fair bit of damage, but look at Len. He's just walking around, picking them off as he pleases. Brings down Kunyo, makes it a triple. Madara's hitting the boundless strike and will end up going down next. Perhaps not. He's making a run for it, but there is a blink forward coming out from the Ursa. One more hit will do it, but he can't quite get the Earth Shock, as he will survive and pounce away. Meanwhile, Jin still sitting atop a tree. Tarzan would be proud.
Is that a taunt?
That's a taunt.
Radiant structures
Auto
are
triggers when he
fortified.
TPs. So all in all, that fight, I wouldn't say it went terribly for Miracle, but what they're getting after the fight is what's important. The Council have now gotten another Aegis for themselves.
To the Radiant.
It's hard enough to stop an Ursa when all 5 of your heroes are alive. It's significantly easier when they're all dead to claim that Aegis.
Has Monkey King completed the Solar Crush?
Nope.
Okay, he's almost there. I guess they should just wait for that item and then probably go for high ground.
I actually don't think we need to wait for anything at this point. They've even picked up the Basho on the Ursa. He sold off the bottle, pops the shrine. They're ready to fight.
Dire's
Animal.
top tower
Really far away. Okay, his teammates are nearby. My bad. There's the tornado. Meatball as well. Animal pops the Glimmer Cape. The Stampede is there. And fun fact, the center went back for a nerd. But another fun fact, Len, he's having the time of his life. A beautiful hoof storm comes out from the center. Double edge, not needed even.
Dire's top
It was on cooldown. And Len scores a quick double kill. The Council in commanding position of this game. Slark with an Echo Saber is not enough.
Dire's
Invoker really, I mean, he's getting the idea now. He's using more tornadoes, but there needs to be that EMP, something to keep the Council away from just sieging and going for battle after battle.
bottom tower
A lot of pressure on Viper on the Earth Spirit. Here's the tornado EMP, closer just with the rage, doing fine. Len has lost all his manas. Not sure if he can trigger a BKB though. Madara jumps in, jumps out.
They didn't quite time the 6 seconds there. I mean, they tried with an EMP, that missed while using Rage. They tried with the Boulder Smash, that missed as well. And with that, they do some chip damage. They lose nothing. They walk away. They still have the Aegis in their pockets. But look at this. For Miracle are actually thinking of committing to a chase here. Little do they know that the Council has already bailed.
I think that the idea of the chase is not too bad, but they just walked past a Radiant Ward. I would have liked to see them pop a smoke and then go if they wanted to chase, especially knowing when you're I mean, come on, it's common. When you lose that tier to a ward somewhere nearby is a common thought.
It's a very standard play. I mean,
Yeah,
they
it's a
should
very
have been
standard
prepared
play.
for it.
But see, they did have their wards on the cliff, so they assumed it was on the cliff. And yeah.
But now
Let's
it's looking like a really convincing game by the council.
earn pickup to help your team push. If they, I don't know, give them HP. But yeah, he goes back for the 4-star.
Nah, man, he's got a compendium and he needs to finish his quest before the compendium times out.
Ah,
That's why he picked up an urn. Closer's also got a basher, by the way. So
I like
bashers.
I like the blink pickup on close up.
Oh, then he doesn't have. Oh yeah, he does have a blink dagger. My bad. Didn't catch that. Great, not bad at all. Mobility again. Who needs to invest into anyone when he's got his own blink dagger? He's his own invest bomb at this
Yeah.
point. Scan will come out for Miracle. But what really is the use of that? Ouch! She won't be too happy with that.
I kind of like what Animal is doing. I'm not sure if he's baiting or he's just pushing carelessly. But anyways, they need to make a play. The Aegis is going to be reclaimed in a bit. And Viper trying to get some vision down, I presume.
But do you really want to put down wards so deep? Yeah, clearly you can.
I think you'd rather do with some defensive odds.
Exactly. At this point, they have no...
Okay, I mean, that's what's on their mind. Tier 1 at mid. But
so this is really long
this
term.
isn't worth it. I mean, this is for the next best of 3 or something. It's not going to work out now.
No, I mean, not that long term, Vivek. What I mean is, if they end up defending successfully on this top lane, they can come through mid, take a tower, and take a fight over here. Because they're gonna have vision for an extra pick off.
Okay, this is some puppy level body. But the tornado EMP is there, and this is hurting Len. I mean, Invoker really doing his job now. Sa not going to initiate it.
Oh, he actually vacuumed him out of the Sunstrike. So, man, Animal is gonna survive because of the Darks here.
And that was a wall being committed.
Absolutely unnecessary there. Darkseid is getting too trigger happy.
I mean,
Kiki, meanwhile, is just chilling inside the base. He's waiting for the opportune moment, as Jack Sparrow would say. Just a tree on top of a tree. Now this is one of the hardest disguises to spot out. Even Boboko himself couldn't find that.
Council low on mana.
I don't think they can, man. They're just gonna wait for the wall to time out and then go forward.
The Arcane Aura is in work, but not sure if it's going to be... Yeah, I mean, Ursa has a mana regeneration of plus 5 points per second. Jane. Oh, they get the
That's
kill
how
onto
they're
the
doing it.
Invoker. The boldest smash. Yeah.
Ursa is just running forward. There is a Ghost Scepter available. The first hit back on solo rank warrior. He'll be searched. They'll pop a shrine. But the Invoker is dead for 50. And now it's going to be the Disruptor joining him in the grave. The Hoof Stomp is there. Connects on multiple heroes. Jin even pops the Wukong's command. It's clean up at aisle 3. Madara, however, is fighting back. He gets a double. The Ursa actually died. So the Aegis actually timed out mid-fight there by the looks of it. Jin goes down. It's a triple for Madara. Make it an Ultra as he's going for deaths. But it might just be the Ion Shells that get this kill. Deaths doesn't quite have the blink to get out of there. Madara gets the kill. And lo and behold, man, for Miracle, have made a more than successful defense on their high ground.
That's the first death on the Ursa.
Yeah, that's actually his first death.
Gosh, look at that EX feature. It's that's a lot.
And it was the Slark that got the money. He got 1,000 gold from that single kill. That is easily his next item. That BKB pickup was such a value item.
Absolutely, value BKB coming up from Madra. And Roshan, there is a bit to go. They could make use of that mid lane mod you spoke about. Earth Spirit rolls in, the Boulder Smash is there, as well as the Geomagnetic Grip. A Deafening Blast does seal the kill for Dreamy. And now all of a sudden that mod makes sense.
Look, we shouldn't be tooting our own horn too much, but we called it, man. The Slark and his mobility are going to prove to be a really crucial problem for the Council. I'm not entirely sure what went wrong in that fight. I believe there was a buyback from the Invoker. No, he actually just respawned there. They got a pick off on the Invoker. They went in 4 versus 5. They even ended up getting down the Disruptor before he dropped the Static Storm. But Slark just manned up and ended up cleaning up on them. Crystal Maiden also goes down. Now Madara is just finding pick off after pick off, extending their lead. Is it a lead in fact? Nope. The graphs are coming back to the break-even point. As the council has essentially eroded all of the advantage that they had created in the early game.
I think the council just needs to pick up a gem. And they are...
Oh, Madara smashed in the face, but he just mans up himself. And even if the Ursa is not damager, Madara is stealing stats with the Essential. So he's okay with trading blows like that. He's okay with expending his BKB to keep himself alive.
Radiant's bottom tower has
Because
fallen.
Dreamy continues to split push and gets a tier 2 tower. I'm impressed, man. For Miracle are fighting back hard. They're showing real spirit here.
It was that one team fight, and now in some time I'm sure Viper and Disruptor will have Ghost Scepters. I mean, Earth Spirit's got his. Disruptor is on the way to his. I mean, Disruptor has a gold talent if I'm not mistaken. When does it kick in? Level 15 or level 10? Yeah, it's a level 10 gold talent. So he should have his Ghost Scepter fairly soon. And now Len and Closer, they'll have to start building Diffusal Blades.
Yeah.
And if you do not shut down the Earth Spirit or the Disruptor in a team fight, they can cause a lot of problems for you.
So as an Ursa, you probably want to convert this to BOT, get a Diffusal Blade on your last slot, and possibly swap out the Desolator with some Lifesteal eventually, or maybe you just... what could you go for really? An Aghanim Scepter, yeah, he's probably going to need an Aghanim Scepter here to deal with the stun from Viper.
Yeah.
They've also got the Blink Dagger now picked up on the Dark Sphere, so more mobility, more initiation potential. I'm loving the item choices coming out from Miracle now. Ghost Scepters, Force Staffs, Blink Dagger, Shadow Blade, just mobility items all across the board to help stay the hell away from the Ursa and the Lifestealer. Lifestealer is even not... He's choosing not to complete his Abyssal Blade. He's going for the Assault Cuirass. It's not the physical damage that you should really be afraid of at this point. It is the magic damage that comes upon his head once the Rage is off cooldown. I don't see the value in the Assault. I don't see too much value in the Assault. I still feel like the Abyssal Blade would have helped him out a lot more.
I mean, Assault helps you siege. It does help you deal some better damage yourself. But what's worrisome is getting control over the Slav. And they need the Abyssal right now more than the Assault. But Len, he's running aggressively. Who's he going to find? It looks like Viper might be caught out of position. Does roll into the trees. Len giving chase. His Blink coming off cooldown in a couple of seconds. Viper trying to TP out of there. Is the Abyssal going to be there? He's juked!
Man. Len misplayed that. Ideally, when you go hunting in the trees, they're like you want to A-click the ground in the direction that you're running. So the moment you run into the hero, you'll automatically start hitting him. And who knows, man? The first hit bash there could have probably been the kill. But they have Roshan up for grabs. Crystal Maiden has spotted out that he's respawned, and in this particular scenario, I think for Miracle could be ready to contest.
Yeah, and Mocha's much better off. Crystal Maiden, she's been taking a little too much damage in team fights. Needs to be a little bit more, a little bit more conscious of her positioning. She can do a lot. I mean, good freezing fields can help them out a lot, but she's usually just running in the front and ends up dying instead. But they get the ages.
And the cheese.
And the cheese.
So they're still not sure who's going to pick up what. So they did get the Diffusal Blade on Ursa, by the way. Closer will be the one to hold the Aegis. Animal's just going to pick up the cheese in a backpack for now.
Can 4 Miracle hold a second time, though, is the question.
I do think so, man. I mean, sure, they've got the Diffusal Blade this time to go through that one Ghost Scepter, or 2 Ghost Scepters, but you're still not stopping Kunyo from coming in and getting that big vacuum wall off. You're not really stopping the Slark unless you pick him off before the fight starts. And a Slark that's left unchecked in these team fights is just going to get absurdly strong and absurdly fat. He's got a fair bit of attack speed. If he gets an Alacrity on top of himself as well, he's going to be racking up that those Essence Shift stacks quicker. And look at this. They delay the push even further by bringing down Animal with the Sunstrike cleaning up on him. That's 47 seconds where the Council are 4 versus 5. They might have the Aegis, but it's still too risky to push without that CM, who's one of the primary sources of disable this game.
Yeah, that was an error coming out from Animal on the Crystal Maiden. I would have liked the Crystal Maiden to pick up a gem and stick with her team, but instead she was going on a warding mission all by herself.
Oh, sorry about that. Looks like Ursa actually... What? That Slark dead for 86 seconds. We actually missed the pick off on the Slark. Now Viper could be the one going down as well. He does have a Ghost Scepter. He is delaying this. There's the Tornado. Whips completely. How the hell do you airball that with a human observer ward standing on top of the cliff? Come on, Dreamy. You cannot be playing in the ESL India Premiership Masters League if you're going to make mistakes like this. Don't let nerves get the best of you, man. Come on.
What? Did it whiff or was that a bug?
It whiffed, man. This was one of the heroes. This was the Earth Spirit. There was the Monkey King somewhere here, 3 heroes here, and this is where the tornado went.
Okay, I thought it went through them.
Meanwhile, they're looking for Jin. Jin is just gonna keep jumping further in, and now they'll pull him off the trees. But he can probably jump back up there again, but he's got a cold snap on him. He's just gonna make them smell his armpits as he raises his hands over and over and ends up dying. Slark will buy back. Now can they catch someone on the retreat here? Animal is thinking of getting his way out. The ghost wall, the ice wall, sorry, will stop him in his tracks. And they will get the kill on the Crystal Maiden, but it's not worth it. A buyback on the Slark for a kill on the Crystal Maiden. But I guess because they do prevent their tier 3 from going down, it might just be all
Both these supports are making really silly plays. Animal getting caught out a second time. And all the the vision that he's getting is good for his team. But if he's going to get scouted doing that, it's not worth it. He'd rather sit behind his course, drop the Solar Crest on the Life Stealer, help him out with the evasion, help take down the tower rather than just go deep and end up dying. I mean, that vision is not worth it. And then get the Wukong's command out. I mean,
Yeah, exactly.
you'd rather make those kind of plays, right?
cocky here. I mean,
Just because you can dance and jump from tree to tree, that doesn't mean you have to do it.
yeah, it's a severe lack of discipline coming out from the Monkey King, I have to say. And it's not just now. He's been doing this throughout the entire game.
And he's gone for a hood.
I mean no disrespect when I say this, but this is like, you know, when we're kids and we get a new toy and we want to figure it out and
Yeah.
mess around with it. It's like he's got his hands on the Monkey King for one of the first few times and he's like, cool, I can get on top of trees and I can become a tree myself. I can become a tree on top of a tree. And he's getting carried away, man.
I mean, when Monkey King was released, we all did that and it was an absolute treat. But now we're done. We played it out with the hero.
But I like the fact that he's staying true to his personality though, right? He's the playful guy. We met him. He was a fun fellow to hang out with. That is just his playstyle. I guess he needs to work on that a little bit. Anyway, Ursa meanwhile means business. Len. Again,
Did
just
they-
pulls Kunyo's limbs apart, man. The moment this guy gets his hands on anyone, they're done for.
Did they get that tower at the top lane? Yeah,
No, it's on like 1 HP, 2 HP.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
So
Silly
he's-
mistakes coming out from the council. There were a side that didn't make these mistakes earlier on, if I'm not mistaken.
Check this out though. He's actually swapped out the diffusal blade for the cheese. I can't agree with this. I feel like they should have just given the cheese over to the centaur. Centaur should have gotten rid of the Urn of Shadows. And now because he's got the cheese instead of the diffusal, the ghost scepters are going to work against him. He will jump in and get the kill on Solo Rank Warrior, but they're now going to stop the tracks. Madara jumps in. He still has the Shadow Dance to work with. He's going to work. The cheese gets consumed. He starts to steal the Essence Shift stacks, pops his Shadow Dance himself. It's just a 2-for-1. It's a 2-for-0 thus far as they will back away. Good job from the council thus far, but are they going to get picked off on the retreat here? Centaur jumps in, catches 2 with the hoof stomp. Len is thinking of jumping in further, but it will be Closer that jumps in first. Goes to work on Kunyo. The force staff will push him away further. Closer is getting bashed under his tower. Madara will now jump away. The Infest will keep Closer alive a little longer. While the Aegis has been reclaimed, we've got Dreamy getting jumped upon. The Glimmer Cape is there. It doesn't keep him alive long enough. To the vacuum, the wall catches 4. And now they're going to work. Madara trying to do what he can, but remember his Shadow Dance is no longer available. He's jumping back. He's jumping forth. He ends up being brought down as Closer finishes the job. 100 seconds without the Slark. And this could be it. As the council, they're struggling to get themselves out of here. There's the static storm, but it's only on Jin. Closer, he's running around looking for an escape route, ends up blinking to the south side and ends up escaping after all. Len, he's looking to come back in for another missed hoof storm from Deaths. Implies that the council won't be able to finish the job after all. There's the Gleams pulling the Ursa back. He's inside the kinetic field. He's popped the Enrage, ends up chewing through for Miracle's Kunyo, and then goes forward on the Dreamy, who gets stunned. This could be a dieback on the Invoker if they're not careful, and indeed it will be. It's 109 seconds without the Invoker, 80 without the Darkseer, and 60 without the Slark. The council finally have a window of opportunity to finish this game, and they're gonna grab it by the balls.
Dire's middle barracks are under attack.
Okay,
Dire's middle barracks
so there are 2 ways you can siege high ground.
has fallen.
Just put lifesteal in the front, siege slowly, hit the buildings first. Because, I mean, Dota is about taking down buildings, diving behind T4s and whatnot. Or you could just run in and go full Dawai. And full Dawai doesn't work out always.
They chose option B, man. They jumped in first and then they rolled the dice.
Option B can punish you. I mean, You want to get that pick up, but when you got a solo crash, just drop it on close and let him see. Why do you need to dive in? It's just because they're so far ahead that this is working for them. And if it was a slightly better team, this wouldn't have panned out like this for the council.
It's such a weird way to end this game because I was so confident that the council are going to end up, they were on the verge of throwing it all away there with multiple pickups coming out from Miracle, some good stuff coming out from them. But if I had to put my finger on it, for Miracle, they've probably lost this game because they really didn't do too much to help their Invoker in the middle lane at the start of the game. And I don't think there's a point casting this because it's pretty much over. But I think once that happened, the Invoker probably tilted a little bit. It really felt like he tilted and started making some silly mistakes with whiff tornadoes and such. He got a couple of good sun strikes, no doubt, but all in all, it ended up not working for him. Lots of other mistakes as well, I'd say. First of all, the disruptor and skill build. Can't agree with the extra points in the kinetic build instead of going for the glimpse max. And overall, I think the council do end up being the better team today, but only marginally.
Only marginally. I mean, they made less mistakes. That's what put them apart. But yeah, I didn't see Monkey King use the Solar Crest at all. I was watching that battle because even in the earlier Wukong's command, he didn't end up using it. And it's been an up and down graph, but the council take victory today. Does manage to pull them up from the bottom half of the table.
That is actually their first victory in the ESL India Premiership. So huge props to them. It was a hard-earned victory, but a victory nonetheless. For Miracle, will drop further down on the table, and Council might step up by 1. Anyway, folks, we're going to wrap this up here. We're going to hand it over to the boys from So Strong for Counter-Strike Global Offensive next. I believe it's a big matchup, Brutality versus D2D today. So I'm going to be sticking around and watching that. But first, I'm going to get myself a bite to eat. Vivek, it's been a pleasure. We'll be seeing you guys again tomorrow. Have a great evening, have a nice night, and enjoy your Counter-Strike.
As he watches through the door, the smile pulls in more and more. Wicked thoughts shape wicked ways, while we all crave, when the man yells that it's done, when he finds the smoking gun. Don't you worry, little one, for we all crave, we all crave.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, back again with the action here at the ESL India Premiership 2017, brought to you by Omen, by HP, Zowie, by BenQ, HyperX, and organized by Northern Gaming. I'm Vagish Godslayer Bhan, and what you just witnessed was Dota Council. The council all the way from Bangladesh show exactly what they're good at doing. Decimation, people, that's what happened. Dota Council wins this match against Four Miracle all the way from Nepal. Hard luck, Kunal, Dimsil9 team. Maybe we hope you can come back and do better in the subsequent games to happen. Ladies and gentlemen, this was the match between the council versus Four Miracle in the Dota 2 game category. Now moving on the day about the day 7 of the ESL India Premiership 2017, people, let me remind you that yes, you can register for the phase 2. The registrations are already open. You can see the link on the screen, and all you need to do is just go on to the link, register yourself for the games you follow or you want to take part in. Now moving on, the final game of the day 7 stream, ladies and gentlemen, we have a Counter-Strike Global Offensive between two teams. One of them you just witnessed yesterday. Yes, I'm talking about Brutality, people. Now Brutality is one Counter-Strike team from the Indian subcontinent, which is known to be quite a famous team because they have been pursuing the game since the 1.6 days. One of their team members is also a very well-renowned model, and the best thing being that this team is known apparently as the comeback kings. You will never know when they might switch their game gameplay and the pace of the gameplay and turn the tides in your favor. Sadly, they did not have a good show against Entity, considering it was the, how would I say, the one of the El Clasicos of Counter-Strike Global Offensive here in India. But they'll be facing off against a team which broke out in 2016. One of their players is known as the Opster of the country. I'm talking about Sabyasachi Bose, aka Antidote, and team people Hellranger and gang were there in the Challenger 2 and Masters. They won the Challenger 2 held in Bangalore in 2016 ESL India Premiership. They are the only team so far to have been known to have defeated Risky Gaming. Let me remind you, Risky Gaming is this team from UAE and is known for total annihilation when it comes to Counter-Strike Global Offensive and their opponents. So now it's going to be Dead Dream versus Brutality. Who'll win? Who'll go home with a sorrow and a sad face? Well, that's not for us to figure out. That's for us to see as and when these guys play. Now you'll be taken ahead with this match. Like, this match will be cast along with Blair, so then Blair and Archie Fett, two very well-renowned people. Earlier, Counter-Strike was usually casted by Prashant Prabhakar, but now since that he's retired, we have Fett in the picture. And Fett, let me remind ladies and gentlemen, is known for being very, very, very awesome with his Hindi casting also. So we hope that we get to see a little bit of that also. So we're going to begin at the Counter-Strike Global Offensive game just about now, ladies and gentlemen. Stay hooked onto your seats because this is going to be some intense action here at the ESL India Premiership 2017, Day 7.
When the snow is on her mind, rows and rows and lines in the haze of your fixation, we all crave for you, we all crave, and you can kill the wildest thing. When you murder, it's a sin. In the midst of your conviction, we all crave for you, we all crave.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we're all but set to get underway. One of the most exciting games of Counter-Strike that, you know, the ESL Masters League has broadcasted till now. It is Brutality versus Team Dare to Dream. Now, Brutality, although a fan favorite, are yet to open their scoreboard on the Masters League. They have not won a single game as of yet, but it could all change. All it takes is a single game, and today might just be the day that Brutality come out on top. They are by far the fan favorites going into this matchup, but Dare to Dream, don't take anything away from them. They're a new team, up-and-coming team. Hellranger has been around the scene for quite a while and is regarded by most as one of the most talented in-game leaders in the Indian scene going forth. He has Antidote on his team, yet another up-and-coming opper, very, very prodigious talent that he has working with him. And Kappa is a stand-in for Blackhawk. Blackhawk isn't playing as of yet. There's PokerF, who's playing under the name of Trollmeister, and Shabby. Over on the flip side, I think we're still waiting for Rix to join the server. It's Venom leading, marshalling his troops. Venom, one of the oldest and most cherished names in the Indian Counter-Strike scene. Brutality has been one of the most recognized brands in Indian esports for a very long time, and it is more or less, like Blair pointed out yesterday, a rite of passage for most up-and-coming Indian pros to have at some point of time actually have played in Brutality themselves. The core is formed, Brutality, the lineup, the core is formed by Venom, Rix, and Juventa. And they have a rotating roster where the final two keep switching out from time to time. That, while the comms and the coordination is very good between the core three, it's because of this rotating roster that they face a lot of troubles, especially going up against teams which drill a lot together, 5-man teams which are much better coordinated. Anyway, we're going to go live with the knife round. It is Mirage yet again, possibly one of the most favorite maps. It is by far, statistically, I think, the most played map in the Indian ESL Masters League so far. But yeah, knife round is extremely crucial on Mirage. They want to pick it up and start on the CT side. And let's see what fancy strats they come up with. Nothing as such. C2 players flanking up, and the slicing and dicing has begun. Still very doable. Antidote, the lone player surviving. He's running around, scurrying. 1v1. Oh, and Antidote picks it up. So it would seem that D2D would be favoring to start on the CT side, which is the favorite side on the map, Mirage. Anyway, let's go into the first pistol round, see what kind of bias D2D are going in with. Okay, so it seems Kappa's going to run utility with the kit. One smoke, one kit, everyone else armored up, USPs and P2000s. On the flip side, Venom's the only player running any utility, and it looks like it's going to be a fast B hit. We've seen Brutality do this time and time again, and they're going to run into what some would call a stack. There's 3 players over by the B bomb side, 2 playing bench, 1 playing B short, and the action's going underway. 2 quick kills for Juventa and Wuz, and Hellranger, the lone defender, left onto the B bomb side, tapping away, gets 1 kill, but unable to do anything more. And it's 4 versus 2. A very, very tall order to ask of this retake. 4 players, pretty good post plants coming in as well. You see Pexer is taking an aggressive stance in market. It has been smoked off, so Trollmeister, Poker needs to be careful, but he isn't. But Kappa coming in with the immediate trade. It's a 1v2. He doesn't have armor. He really needs to be careful with this. At this close range, the clocks, the spam potential is tremendous. Oh, and Kappa decapitating Rix there. He's making a lot of noise. He needs to be careful. Does Juventa spot him out and takes a few pot shot and gets him in the head. Straight to the face, glocked to the face. Good night, Kappa. Brutality take the first pistol round. That should indicate that, they will be 3-0 to the good going into the first gun round. Now, you never know. But of all the teams that I've seen play anti-ecos, Brutality seems to be the best drilled. They've picked up more anti-ecos and eco rounds than I think most of the other teams in the Masters League as of right now. And yeah, Force Bike coming straight up from D to D. And a very heavy A side presence, but 2 players are making their way over to the B bomb site in B halls, and 3 players over by B short. It looks like it's going to be a B hit, a B play coming out. They're going to be pincering the B bomb site. And the rotations are ready. Antidote with the scout and the armor. Oh, did he land a shot there? No, missing the first shot. And Hellranger to fall to the AK of Wuz, and Pexer decapitating Antidote there. This is gonna get dirty. It's gonna come down to a ballroom blitz, as they say. Lots of bullets being exchanged. It's down to a 3v4. They don't have a kit on anyone, and yeah, I think the call should be to go save right now from Hellranger, but yeah, Shabby getting decapitated there by Juventa, leaving Poker F all alone. He might just want to find a few exits, so tries his best, but falls way short of the mark. And like I said, Brutality, near flawless anti-eco, just a single player lost on that. So no harm, no foul. 2-0 to Brutality. And this is good. Brutality seem to have done their homework. They read that setup, the anti-eco setup from D2D perfectly. Now there seems to be a aggression up Palace, but there's nobody there. Brutality really favoring this B pincer move over during their anti-eco rounds, and Hellranger spotting this out should call for the rotate, but they're just like completely naked. This is a hard eco, so there shouldn't be much going their way this round. There we see Juventa, that nade gonna do a chunk of damage to Antidote. In the meantime, Antidote falling to Pexer. This is just unbridled aggression coming out of the end. Kappa gets spotted on the flank, but he does manage to dink Wuz down to 12 points of health. He needs to be careful. No need to take the fight, let your teammate bait you out. Oh, and down goes Kappa, the rifle of Rix, but in the meantime, Trollmeister or Poker does some damage, gets 1 kill and dinks down Juventa very, very low, and Pexer and Juventa do go down finally. Will Shabby try and recover the dropped gun is the question. I don't think he can. He's being pincered from both sides. But Wuz is very low. He might be just able to sneak another kill out. Unfortunately, no. That's all she wrote for Shabby this round, as well as D2D. Losing 2 players. Brutality. Yet again, a clean anti-eco coming out. Pexer, the money on Pexer and Juventa looking fairly good enough. They'll be able to buy up themselves. No problem. And now is where Hellranger's strat book will be tested. It is their first buy round, and Shabby with the glass cannon up. I mean, why not? He does have the spawn over by mid, and Brutality have been relentless in this mid control of their. Venom needs to be careful. Okay, he's not going to aggress. He's playing it smart. Doesn't have anything in the shape of backup there, so no point getting killed without being traded. I mean, and Kappa playing by triple box over by A. He might just get overwhelmed by this A hit that's coming out, but he does have Shabby as backup. Playing over by Ticket Booth. And Kappa getting blinded, completely Helen Kellered there. And oh, he messes up that flash, and I think he blinds himself and get burning alive. But in the meantime, Shabby does get one kill. And PokerF chiming in with a kill of his own. Will he dare push the smoke though? One player completely blinded and does catch Juventa, the bomb planter, off guard. Does a lot of damage. He's taken 2 kills. And there we go. Antidote chiming in with a kill of his own, leaving it all down to Rix all alone. A one-man show. He's going to have to face off against 3 CTs on the retake. A very well-coordinated retake coming in from Hellranger there. D2D put their first round on the board. That was a very solid retake. So what DTD did there was once, I think Kappa fell, Shabby didn't aggress into the site. No one aggressed into the site. They waited for the rotates to come in, which were also very, very fast, by the way. No one was dilly-dallying around the B-bomb site. The moment they saw the smokes, they committed to the rotate, and they aggressed in as a unit. Although PokerF did fall, but he did the damage done. He already got 1 kill while the plant was going down, and then flashed himself through the smoke, blinding Juventa, as well as I think it was Rix. No, not Rix. I think it was who's playing under Palace there. And that's why they managed to get all those kills. Mount a successful retake attempt. In the meantime, Trollmeister PokerF has been boosted up onto the cinder blocks in mid. He needs to be careful there. The smoke will fade and he will be exposed. There we go. Drops down just as the smoke begins to fade. Smart play from PokerF there. 2 players over by B shot, and it looks like it's going to be the pincered B hit coming in, but there's 2 players caught looking in the wrong direction. 2 quick trades going back and forth, but finally the man advantage wrested by Brutality. Shabby all alone in market there. This would be a devastating round for Team Dare to Dream to lose, because they're going to get reset. And if they don't find a kill the next 10-12 seconds, they should book it. They should look to save. And Shabby finding that kill and managing to avoid the repeat there from Was. Kappa needs to hurry. And oh, I think Kappa timed out. Yep. There has been a disconnect. I think Kappa has timed out. Unfortunate there. And that's why you'll see the map being paused right now. Now, Brutality replying straight back after that defeat in the first gun round with a round of their own. And that puts Dare to Dream in a very tight spot, because while some players on their team, yeah, they're around the 3K mark, but Hellranger and I think even Kappa is pretty low. So they might have to take a very hard decision here. Might want to armor pistol up. They'll be on the second round loss bonus, so $1,900 is what they'll get. So Hellranger can't buy anything in the next round. And Kappa will be on a very broken buy as well. He might have to armor up and go with the utility. So will Hellranger. So the decision is his. Will they go for a hard eco? Okay, they're going for the armor pistol buy up. Not the biggest fan of this decision made by PokerF, but then it's a high risk, high reward play. However, we've already seen the consistency with which Brutality dispatch off with these half buys and these force buys. Their utility usage is completely on point. Venom has been drilling this into his team. If you go watch his streams, you'll see him constantly berate his teammates for losing anti-ecos and not using utility properly. And that's one thing I really appreciate about the man. Although they're past their prime and they are, Juventa and Rix. They spot this play out. Hellranger, you're not getting any cheeky kills through any one-way smokes. Good night. Sleep tight. In the meantime, Antidote just getting burnt alive to a crisp over by the B-bomb site. And Shabby catching was asleep there. Does manage to recover the AK. Can he do any more damage with it? The answer is a firm and resounding no. 4 players alive. And Shabby Poker, though, does get another player down, but that's it. That's going to be all that D2D get out of this round. They managed to get 2 rifles out of the hands of Brutality, and since no one but Poker F bought anything that round, could be considered a decent round going in favor of D2D. Wow, and the double op setup. All right, so now I've seen Hellranger employ this double op setup to very good use, especially on Mirage. What he does is he completely relinquishes mid control, but I don't think that's the play they're going for this time. Poker F. Bit sloppy there with his movement. I think he's going to try and get a surprise pick over by Underpass, but he's made a lot of noise and Kexer spots it out, but does get immediately traded out by Hellranger. No man advantage, but now they know that he's Underpass. He needs to be very careful. Might just get spammed on his way back to connector. Nope. Beats his hasty retreat and makes it back safe to safe haven, as they say. Now, I think the play here was to pincer the B bomb side, but that man disadvantage might cause Venom to just reevaluate his approach to the round. And where are these 2 ops playing from? Yep, Antidote watching the B apps and Shabby watching the T ramp. Hellranger playing a very passive angle by watching the push onto B connector, and it seems that Brutality are falling back and will be favoring this A hit. No presence whatsoever over by the B bomb side, and Antidote should realize this and should be on a quicker rotate. I think he should fall back to market at this point. Rotations are key on any map on the CT side. You need to have a good sense of when to call for the rotate, and that is one of the reasons why Hellranger's team D2D has seen so much success over the past few months. Although they did get upset in Cobex and were knocked out. Oh, Shabby getting blinded. Now the rotation call should come in. There we go. Shabby trying to jump up. Oh, and lands a headshot through the smoke. What a shot there from Shabby. In the meantime, Hellranger, Kappa is going to just mow down Juventa as he peeks around stairs. And Hellranger, they're just completely overwhelming this attack by Brutality. They're caught in 6s and 7s here. No idea what to do. Bomb does get planted, but again, yet another successful retake mounted by Team Dare to Dream. I'm really liking what Hellranger is doing on these retakes. They're not giving up any cheap kills in the bomb site. They're just waiting for them to take the site and then just aggressing in en masse as a angry unit of counter-terrorists and just overwhelming whatever post plants. Like before the T's get a chance to set up post plants, they're just overwhelming the defense on the bomb side, and the T's are just unable to, and they're crumbling just under the sheer pressure of the aggression of the retake. No smokes down yet, neither for crossing. Oh, finally the smoke for T-Ram does go down. And that'll prompt Poker to peek over B short and just check if they're pushing up. In the meantime, Shabby repositions himself to take sights, set his sights onto Palace. Brutality really favoring this mid control. They've gone for the same play for quite a few rounds now. This mid control does afford a lot of flexibility to any. Oh, Shabby though. Flick of the wrist. Down goes Juventa. The worst part is there's no one to trade for him in that position as well. So that peak, almost entirely unnecessary there. A man to the good, D to D. What can they do with this? Bomb still over by B apps. So this time we might see a B hit coming out. There's a lot of time left. There's 40 seconds left on the clock. They can decide to change things up if they do. I think Venom's going to be the naked lurk, as they say. Okay, maybe not naked. He's made some noise over by this A-bomb site. And that's going to draw some rotations out. No. Hellranger's too smart. Trollmeister does get the kill onto Venom. In the meantime, Rix gets the kill onto Poker. And Kappa just playing silently by Ninja. And spots the bomb planter out and gets a double kill. Quick double kill, leaving it all down to Rix. Rix with it all to do. Hellranger spotting him out by B shot and ends his round as well, decapitating him swiftly without a second's hesitation. 3 rounds on the board for Dare to Dream and 5 to Brutality. Let's bring up Tab there for a second. Pexerin was okay. Venom is still to find. He's still on 1 kill. Shabby spotting out Juventa, and I don't know why he's aggressing there. He has cover there in the form of PokerF, but even he's unable to bring down the player coming up. B shot, and he's gonna face a bunch of terrorists, and he's gonna get taken down. Just gonna get mowed down, overwhelmed there. But B shot and Kappa, he's got to hold this site until backup arrives. Backup has arrived, but Kappa doesn't need any help. He's getting kills left, right, and center, already on a triple kill. And Juventa, just armor, and Kappa there, tapping him down with the USP. 4 kills for Kappa this round. Masterfully held B site there by Kappa. PokerF, I think he should have just flashed his way out of there and fallen back. He knows they're against a force buy and like a pistol buy. And pistols in CSGO at this close range, you can get spammed down regardless of what armor you're wearing or what weapon you're wielding. And it didn't help that Poker kind of whiffed his spray there either. So yeah, not a big fan of the decision making coming in from Poker right now in that previous round. But anyway, just losing the one person, and Kappa getting that 4K, 2 of which came with the UMP. So he's managed to farm up some money. Let's look at the economy right now. So Kappa on 8K, Poker, the poorest of the bunch, sitting on 2K. And everyone else is above the 4K mark. So they'll be able to buy into the next round regardless of the outcome of this round. And we're just waiting for Rix to join back into the server. He also dropped out once right before the match started. So might be having some internet issues there or hardware. We never know. But it is a technical timeout. And so far, the gun rounds, I like the fact that Brutality have gone for that heavy mid presence every round. They've more or less every round they've wrested mid control over from Hellranger. But here's the thing. Hellranger is the kind of IGL who doesn't mind giving up mid control as long as he has the double op setup going for him. And right now we can see Kappa as well as Shabby on the op. So what he does is he puts the ops in a crossfire. He'll put one by B shot or B apps, or B shot and one by ticket booth, and he'll just pick them apart one by one as they either aggress up connector or go up B shot if it's not properly smoked. And so far I haven't seen a crossing smoke being put down by Brutality. So they might want to be wary of this. Hellranger employed the same tactic against Entity during the India gaming show, and that yielded tremendous results as they came up with the win there in the first time they met. Entity did clinch the second game, but that was a very close game. Anyway, enough blabbering around. We're gonna see Venom pushing up and taking a very aggressive position up in B halls. And that's going to confuse Antidote a little bit because he hasn't seen anyone else but Venom. And there we go. The smokes come raining in. The nade taking a chunk of HP out of Venom, who makes his finds solace by the van. Antidote getting the kill onto Pexter. Spraying down was, but Rix somehow managing to survive. But in the meantime, Kappa coming up from B shot getting the kill. Oh, the bomb does go down though. That, and also one of the ops. That is, I think, more or less the objective achieved for this round, and was doing a ton of damage with that op of his. Over by B shot, will get smoked out and flashed off. Antidote playing just by the smoke, very smart, and was doing the wise thing, falling back with that op. It's gonna save it. That's good economic damage done by Brutality. They lost 1 op and 1 rifle, and Brutality, with almost next to nothing invested in that round, managed to save an op and get the bomb down. So they're gonna have money for days going into this next buy round. They're gonna have all the rifles, all the utility they could ever ask for under the sun. And finally we get to see Rix, at one time one of the best opper in the country, although right now most would agree that it's Sai and Antidote, who have caught up to Rix, and Sai having surpassed him. But yeah, still Rix, one of the most potent oppers in the country. What he's lost in reactions and just sheer physicality in terms of the mechanics, he makes up for in game sense. You'll rarely ever see Rix with the op make an unnecessary peek. That is where he draws his strength from, and that is what makes him extremely dangerous. He will pop up at the most unexpected of times and just get the drop on you. That is the level of understanding Rix has when he wields the op. He's a very, very dangerous player to face off with the big green gun. In the meantime, we have yet another disconnect coming in from Hellranger this time, dropping from the server. Scores are tied at 5-5. Team Brutality, they should have a goal of getting around 6 to 7 rounds on the T half. That would be a tremendous T side on a map like Mirage. It's a very CT sided map. But on the flip side, most teams hailing from this region, that is the Asian region, are yet to figure out a CT side setup that works. Pardon me. Yeah, our CT sides for teams in Asia, hailing from Asia in general, considered pretty weak when you compare it to, well, obviously the European region or even say a team like Risky. Again, whose CT side is nothing special either when you compare it to the proper, even tier 2, tier 3 European teams and NA teams have a basic CT side setup figured out. But here, the CT sides reek of, too much dependence on individual play. But yeah, for all intents and purposes, 6 to 7 rounds on the T side of Mirage, considered to be a very good T side coming out from any team. Because you can actually look to fill up that gap once you switch to the CT side on this map. Finally, a gun round coming out from Brutality. I think they saved 2 rounds in a row there. Did manage to recover the op. So let's see what Rix can do with it. In the meantime, Antidote's pushing up B short. Good aggression coming up from him. He hears Juventa and Corsa Venom just bombarding up underpass. Needs to be careful here. Might get caught off guard. And wait, what? Venom just gets put down instantly. All that noise that they made was enough for the rotate to come in by from Kappa there. And like I said, see, this is where that double op setup I was talking about. You have Antidote posted up by B Shot and Shabby by Ticket Booth, and they're just going to pick apart players as they make their way up connector and or B Shot. In the meantime, it's going to be a 3v5 A site take. Okay, make that a 1v5. Rix left all alone with a Tech 9, and he's gonna jump right into the flames of his teammates. Waz's flames burning Rix to a crisp. That is not what the doctor ordered for Brutality, but they're gonna be able to buy into this round as well. Rix might want to look to picking up that op. He has $6,500 in the bank, but nope, he's gonna go for the AK as well. And yeah, that fast play, that intended fast play call coming out from Venom, they're not working out at all. And D2D change up their CT side yet again. This time going for very heavy B presence. I mean, look at the reads coming out from Hell. Like, they're just so on point right now. If Brutality do decide to play this B bomb side, they're going to be walking into a stack more or less. There's Buzz watching for any pushes. And Antidote already finding the kill onto Rix. And look at that. He's just like shooting fish in a barrel for him. Finally, Antidote deciding to fall back. And Shabby's there to pick up the mantle. Oh, and Antidote. A rare miss coming out from him. But he's going to make amends with the 5-7. Decapitating Venom there. The captain of Brutality. But he's going to go down to Juventa. He's down to a 1v2. Should never have gotten this close. Antidote missing a few crucial shots that could have seen the round through a lot earlier. And Brutality going to make this round a very expensive one for D2D. And I like this. They're just waiting for the bomb to go down. And Kappa, I don't know what he's watching there. He's just caught napping. And for no rhyme or reason, it's down to a 1v1 between Juventa, who's on 1 HP, by the way. Will we see a 1 HP clutch? And oh, both so low, internally bleeding Juventa as well as Shabby. And oh, unfortunate. They're walking into that Molotov. But wait, does Shabby have a kit? Yeah, he does have a kit. Recovering the op. Enough time on the clock. left there on the bomb, and that's going to be 7 rounds on the board for Dare to Dream. But yeah, Brutality making that an expensive round, but money is the last thing that is of concern to D2D right now. Shabby on 15k, Kappa maxed out $16,000 in the kitty for him, and everyone else. And then we see Hellranger still with 3k, Antidote with 2k. They have money for days, I think, and they're going to change things up. They're forgoing the double op setup for the time being. Going to stick with the one op onto Shabby. Oh, and look at that aggression from Antidote yet again, but this time not timing his flash. Neither did he throw it properly, but I don't think they heard it, and this just leaves Antidote on the fast flank already. And in the meantime, Shabby is making quick work of that play over by Connector, and that wraparound is just completely gone. Was getting, just somehow managing to make his way out of there, but he's going to find 1 kill onto Hellranger. In the meantime, it's down to a 1v2 with Venom. Oh, unfortunate, and was left all alone. They're all to do with 9 points of health. This is not going to end well. Kappa spotting him out and ending him with a wall bang. And there we go. 8 rounds on the board for Team Dare to Dream, and Brutality's money is really hurting right now. I mean, this is the 14th round of the half, so will they look to save and play for the last round? Nope. Looks like it's going to be, at least the buy has already come in from Juventus, so I don't know. Was there a miscom? They're on full loss bonus, so I would have echoed and gone for a proper buy in the next round, but we could be seeing an armor pistol buy up from Brutality and try and get the bomb down so that they have more money to work with in the next round. I think that would be the call coming in from Venom for this round's buy. We just have to wait and see, because if they go for the force up, which is if they go for the rifles and the armor, they won't have any utility to work with. So a plant would be highly unlikely, because they're going to be going up against a fully stacked out Dare to Dream. Like, they have all the utilities, hits on all 5 players, all the rifles in the world, and their economy is just so strong, because let's check. They've now managed to string 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rounds on the trot, and they've managed to keep 3 or more players alive for all but one of those rounds. Because that one round where Shabby clutched out that round against Juventus, who was on 1 HP. So their money is looking dirty right now. It's the Bank of Abu Dhabi over there in the D2D economy. Okay, so we're gonna go with a light utility buy and a force up. Venom really needs to show up. He's just sitting on 3 kills right now, and it's not like he's playing the entry role for Brutality either. It's just not it's just having an off day today. Everyone has one of those, and when you do, there's nothing you do seems to be working out. Because if you remember, Petrichor over by TMG a couple of days back, they lost to Rage, and then they lost to Entity, and it was just not his day. Nothing he did seemed to be working out for him that day. And yeah, a very fast B play coming out. They're going to be running through the Molotov and the nade. Hellranger all alone on the B bomb side. Gets one. Oh, but the double peek getting him down, getting traded instantly. But Rick's burning alive. This is, I think, the second time that Rix is getting burnt to a crisp. I think, what is this? Holika? But anyway, bomb does go down. That's objective achieved for the round at least. Bomb does go down. That means they'll be able to buy into the next round, no problem. And all 4 players here from D2D are coming from market, and Was and Pex are just making quick work of this retake. In the meantime, all of a sudden, it's all down to Venom, but Kappa is hemorrhaging. He's on 4 HP. It all comes down to Shabby here. Kappa needs to bait out the first shot. If Shabby goes down, that's more or less GG. And Shabby gonna stick the defuse. That baits out the position where Venom is playing from, and Venom should be able to clutch this out. He's on full HP, and there we go. Was sticking the defuse, and Venom playing that perfectly. 6 rounds on the board for Brutality. And yeah, decent buy coming out from Brutality. They still light on the utility though, but And as I said, then double up comes out instantly. And yet again, it's going to be a fast B play. Hell, throwing down that Molotov for good measure. But yeah, Waz has already made his way onto the bomb side. But Antidote's there to the rescue. And Hellranger and Antidote just holding down the side, battening down the hatches. And there comes Kappa to the rescue. And oh, he's going to get decapitated by Venom though. And Antidote, it's all down to him. But he falls. And now all of a sudden, it's down to Poker F in a 1v2 clutch situation. And not spotting out Brutality. Venom there. But that nade can sail in and do a chunk of damage, and there we go. Venom left internally bleeding at 14 points of health. That Molotov's going to delay the retake, but Bomb is yet to go down. So Poker F still has that going for him. But he's got a tall mountain to climb, mounting a successful retake right about now. He has a lot of angles to check. That flash gonna catch Venom off guard, and Hexa caught peeking as well. Now he knows exactly where they're playing from. Why are you checking? You know there's just one left, and he's playing by B short. You're sticking the defuse and waiting for the peek there. Oh, the timing just not working out for him. Now Hexa is just toying with him, peeking out, just taking one shot at a time and failing the spray. Poker F, you've really got to hit those. And Pexer clutching out that final round, and that's a very good half coming out from Brutality on the T side, 7-8. And considering the pickle they were in a few rounds ago with D2D stringing 7 rounds on the trot, the fact that they ended the half at 8-7 is a commendable feat. As timeout gets called, I'm going to take a little bit of a breather and grab a drink. We should be back soon. I think it is a tactical timeout from one of the teams coming in. And just deciding on this pistol round, because this pistol round is deadly important. It's of paramount importance for both Brutality and D2D. It could set the tone for the half to come. And yeah, look at Waz on T-Spawn just circling around, trying to motivate all his teammates. You can do it. You can do it. Come on. Anyway, enough of horsing around. 4 sets of armor coming out onto D2D. I think Hellranger will run what little utility they'll have going into this pistol round. Yep. 1 smoke, 2 flashbangs. And yep, straight up B play. It seems 5 players making a B line. No, I think, oh, Antidote just left to check if any mid push comes out. And look at that. I think this is a perfect counter strat coming out. Hexa is going to be aggressing up into B apps, and he's going to see a lot of action very soon. Will they be checking this? Pexer stares down 2 people and decapitating 2. Make that 3. This man's a guillotine. Someone stop him. Venom in the meantime getting the kill onto Shabby, and all of a sudden this B hit has just come crumbling down. Antidote tapping away, finds Rix, but I mean they have bomb control now, Brutality, and Juventus on the lurk. Antidote still has a lot of time to work with, but Brutality doesn't seem to want to leave the bomb alone. 3 players just crosshairs trained onto underpass. That's where they're expecting Antidote to come from. Now was changing it up, looking exactly where Antidote will be pushing from. And it's not like he's in the pink of health either. He's at 68 HP. And there we go, was decapitating Antidote. That was the anti-strat of the century. Just catching that weighted out B play completely off guard, unraveling whatever strat Hellranger had going into that pistol round. There we go. 8-8 to Brutality, finally tying the scores up. Now they have to face off against a force buy. Standard setup coming in from Brutals. 2-1-2, 2 over by the B-bomb side. Rix watching mid, and 2 on the A site. And yet again, it looks like it's going to be this delayed B push coming up from D2D. They haven't made a single sound yet to give off anything, any information. And Oh, finally, I think Hellranger does get spotted out there, and that should be some cause for concern here. But 3 players over by the A bomb side. This is the ideal time for Hellranger to make his move and for D2D to come streaming out onto the B bomb side. They made a lot of noise, but D2D, they're not a team that, you know, forces around. They're more than willing to run the clock down and then finally burst out onto a bomb site. Cross getting smoked off. If Venom were to lay down that Molotov, that could do a ton of damage as the players come streaming out. And there we go. First kill going Antidote's way. And then both the B defenders, both the players on the B bomb side just instantly capitulate. And Kappa, oh my god, that nasty shot onto Rix. That's left to a 5v2 retake. And yep, I think the save call has gone out. They should just play for exits, play passively. And Brutality, as good as they are against anti-ecos on their T side, their CT anti-eco setup does leave a lot to desire. Not getting a single kill there, and was falling to Antidote. And they've managed to recover all the guns as well. Juventa, you need to get your ass out of there. You need to hightail it out of there and save this gun and the armor for the next round. Ooh, you also have a kit. So his survival is paramount right now. Oh, 9 rounds to 8, D2D and Brutality. D2D just wrestling the control and the momentum from Brutality by sheer brute force there, pun intended. And that all came down to Kappa. He just hit some nasty shots as Brutality tried to mount that retake. And obviously Hellranger and Antidote for those 2 awesome entries that they got into the B bomb site. In my opinion, that B defense crumbled way too easily. Those smokes just isolated both of the players, so the trades just couldn't come in. They had a crossfire setup between B-Shot and Bench, but that smoke by Bench just completely isolating and nullifying that crossfire. In the meantime, counter force by coming up from Brutality. I mean, why not? No team has the economic momentum going into this round either, so that force buy makes perfect sense. And if Brutality manage to win it, they're going to wrestle the momentum back into their favor. So it's going to be a back and forth game. I'm expecting it to be a back and forth force by game until one team manages to string 2 rounds in a row, and that is what's going to force the eco onto the losing team. D2D making their way over to the A bomb site. Looks like it's going to be an A hit. I mean, it works as long as they use their utility perfectly, but this is the one site where the rifle is still stationed. Might just work out for Brutality. Juventa hiding there by Ninja Box. Will they be checking it is the question, and the flashes just come raining in, and Juventa just completely Helen Keller, not even going to get a rattler shot off. And Kappa just holding aggressively, and down goes Venom. Kappa still not relenting. He's going to spray off, pulls out the Tech 9, but was there to decapitate him with the 5-7. It's a 5v3 retake, still doable, but the post plants coming in from Brutality, pretty strong. Sorry, Dare to Dream, pretty strong, and it has been planted for the ramp there. Rix in the meantime finding Hellranger's head there, scalping him. And I don't think they have a kit on them. And yep, they're going to save the armor, and the UMP recovered. Good call there from Venom. No need to give them unnecessary SMG money. But little did they know that they don't have any more SMGs. Both the SMGs have been taken out of the equation. But they don't know that, and this is the right call going in from Brutality. Save the armor, save the pistols, and save the ump, most importantly. Take it into the next round and try and make something happen. Hellranger with the op. Okay, this is uncharacteristic. Not a player known for his opping skills, to say the least, but I think he's just playing mid for the time being because he had the spawn. Should be passing it over either to Antidote or to Shabby. Yeah, there we go. The switch happens. And yeah. Yet again, a very standard vanilla setup coming up from Brutality. Station 2 players over by mid, but it is still more or less a 2-1-2 setup. The thing is, with the CT side, right, to stave off a team like DTD, you need to have a very dynamic CT side. And you need to keep your players guessing. There needs to be one who's a floating rotate. And that really helps when you're in a buy round. Now it's an eco round, so it doesn't really matter. Venom there. Oh, gonna peek out and take a ton of damage there. He's down to 8 points of health. In the meantime, Hellranger's made his way into the ladder room. And Shabby gonna watch short, but was taking out Hellranger there. But the trade does come in. Shabby tech 9ing was his face off. But Pexer's been boosted up on a ninja box. He needs to be careful. Trollmeister does check it though. And down goes Pexer, but Venom there to trade it out instantly. But Antidote getting the kill onto Venom, but somehow it's down to a 2v2. And Rick's also managing to recover the M4 as well. This could just work out, but Juventa getting mowed down and Rick's spraying away, decapitating Kappa. And all of a sudden, it's down to a 1v1. This should never have happened. But Antidote planted it for himself for market, and he's going to spot Rick's on the cross. Knows where he's playing from. Bomb will get smoked off. Antidote needs to be careful. Rick's a very smart player. He's a veteran in spray battle. Antidote unable to do anything about it. The diffuse coming in. Rick's doesn't have a kit, so he'll have to stick it. The spray. Oh my god, the spray, the desperation. You could smell it all the way from over here. Antidote though, managing to clutch that round somehow. 11-8 for Dare to Dream. And now finally the Brutals will be able to go into this round with a bye. See, I like what D2D are doing here. Oh, I think that was, yeah, Pexer does spot out Antidote, knows that there's an op at B apps, but like I like what D2D are doing here. They're drawing out the CT's utility. They're being very patient, and I think approximately every round you'd have noticed around the 40-45 second mark is when they make their way into the bomb site. In the meantime, I don't see any sort of counter coming in. I like this aggression by ARAM. Just might get caught off guard. That nade doing a lot of damage to Juventa, and he's completely blinded, and both players playing by ARAM, that's Waz and Juventa, go down. No trades coming in. Again, a two-man advantage to Team D2D. Like, there's just nothing working out for Brutality at the moment. And look at this. Look at how D2D play this. They get the two-man advantage, and then they're falling back, they're regrouping, and they're being very patient. It was something that Equitas brought up earlier this morning, is that when Indian teams play, especially most of the Indian professional teams play, most of the players lack patience. So what Hell is doing basically is, and you can see this, you can see the hesitation in Rix. He's scurrying around looking everywhere, gets caught with his pants down, that flash completely blinding him. And in the meantime though, Pexer is under Palace, and he's gonna rattle off a few kills and gets more. He rattles down, he just mows down 3 players, leaving Kappa and Antidote and Venom in a 1v2 situation. Venom just praying through the box, and Antidote getting stuck in his own smoke. And Kappa, what are you doing there? Anyway, both players made their way onto CT spawn. Venom does have a kit, and that flashbang though. Oh, he's gonna flash himself through, and Kappa there in an unconventional position. Both players playing CT spawn, so that means they've got each other's back. They can double peek in if Venom decides to, aggress, and that's exactly what he does, and he can't really, shoot at 2 people at the same time. And gets taken down. 12 rounds on the board for Team D2D. Brutality again. Their economy just left in the shambles. Although, yep, they're gonna be on max loss bonus next round, so it doesn't really matter. They're just gonna go with upgraded pistols. This is the problem with the CT side economy. It's just so hard to maintain. And if you lose rounds, and even if you win rounds with losing too many people, it's just going to be very difficult. And there we see Antidote getting the kill onto a retreating Venom. That aggression not panning out very well for him. Pexer, in the meantime, is right underneath Palace. He can catch at least one player trying to get cheeky. Hellranger, in the meantime, does find the kill onto Juventa. That's man advantage. And again, D2D doing the smart thing. Okay then, Shabby not doing the smart thing by aggressing up A-ramp. There's no point. That push was completely unnecessary. Your team's falling back from B. It's okay. Be patient. Regroup. Still a minute left on the clock. There's no need to re-aggress anywhere at the point. But now it's down to a 3v3 and Wuz has managed to recover an AK-47 and Pexer, the UMP. But in the meantime, it looks like it's going to be a play towards the A bomb site, and it's just Wuz here all alone. Rix will be able to rotate in quickly. He's playing by B short, so that's a very fast rotate over to the A bomb site. But okay, he's changing his focus. This is the absolute best call that Hellranger could have made. There we go, was completely blinded, but okay, why not time your peak with that nade? Down to a 3v2, Antidote gets the kill, so it's down to a 2v2, but the rotation's well underway. Pexer with the UMP, but he doesn't have armor. He needs to be careful. That aim punch will be real. In the meantime, Rix finding the kill on to Antidote, brings it down to a 2v1. Poker F with it all to do, and the time runs out, and he needs to survive, otherwise he's not going to get any money. Managing to take the UMP out of the equation, but just leaving it a bit too late there. See, that's the thing. If you're going to be playing like Na'Vi, you need to make sure that you hit your shots like Na'Vi. The reason why Zeus's plays work out now for Gambit, but erstwhile Na'Vi, the reason why those late pushes work out is because they just swarm in as a unit, and everybody knows the plays that Zeus is going to call. He's going to come in really late, but no one had an answer for it for the longest of times. And the reason it worked is that they just peaked in unison. The flash would come out and someone would peek immediately with the flash. In the meantime, Antidote getting tagged through the wall by Rix. He's down to 13 points of health. And yeah, if you're not going to be taking the aggressive fights, if you notice that previous round, right? I think it was Kappa who flashed in from Palace, and by the time Kappa peaked, the flash had already dissipated, and I mean the player playing I think it was Pexer who was playing Firebox there, had all the time in the world to line up his shot and get the kill. Oh, Pexer finding the kill onto Hellranger. Trollmeister does tag him down to half HP. But man advantage with the CTs, they just fall back and, consolidate their position on the map. And that's exactly what they're doing. In the meantime, though, a lot of aggression up B short. Venom's going to see a lot of action very soon. If he just peeks out right now, he can get a kill onto an unsuspecting Antidote. That flashbang going to do bugger all, and that's exactly what he does. Two-man spray down for the man himself, Venom. But finally does get traded out by Trollmeister, Poker F, who is to go down to Pexer. Pexer with a double kill this round as well. It's all down to Shabby. He's going to go up underpass, and he's going to face two players in connector, and he's going to go down without much of a fight. 10 rounds on the board for Brutality, and the money for D2D is just gone. Finally, they will have to eco. They will be able to buy into the next round. They're going to get $2,400. Third round loss bonus, yada yada. You know the drill. So we might just be seeing a full eco. Maybe one upgraded pistol or a couple of upgraded pistols that Poker F might drop. But yeah, Venom has come alive in the CT half, playing a lot better than what he was doing in the T half. And yeah, there we go. As I said, okay, Poker F does drop a P250 over to Hellranger and opts to go for the armor Tech 9 by himself. One flashbang. This has all the telltale signs of an explosive fast play with one flash over. And the goal of this round would be to get the bomb down, but the question is, will it work out? Wuz is playing from a position where no flashbang is going to affect him whatsoever, and he hears the ton of noise that D2D is making over by Palace. So he's ready for it. Does get flashed. Sees one, sees two, spraying them down, lining up for Wuz there. Gets the quad kill, and Juventa cleaning up the round. Wuz with the 4K spray of dreams. They just lined up for him one after the other and fell like dominoes in order. That was gorgeous to watch. Love myself a beautiful spray down. And Brutals with 11 rounds on the board, they've almost managed to catch up to D2D. D2D need to dig deep this round. They cannot afford to lose this round, come what may. And wow, look at this aggression coming out from Wuz and I think it's Rix. Wuz pushing up Palace, getting a ton of information. Is he just going to post it up, remain here in Palace, or is he going to push out? If he pushes out of Palace right now, he can catch two players just, lining up their smokes. Not really expecting this. This is the first time we're seeing some really heavy aggression come out. Will Hellranger be ready for this? And the answer is yes, he spots it out. Was not really holding that angle to the optimal degree and gets punished there by Hellranger. And man advantage given away very cheaply because there's no one there to trade for him. Trade for Wuz there over by Palace. In the meantime, yet another aggressive info play being made by Juventa right now. He's going to push up T-Ramp. Let's see if he can make something happen. Unfortunately, I don't think he'll be able to catch anyone off guard here. But on the bright side, he's getting a lot of information. He knows that there's no one at T-Ramp, so there's no way in hell that it's going to be a fast A play. So that means the remainder CTs can focus their attention over to the B bomb site. There we go. Venom getting one, but unable to transfer the spray onto the remaining two T's pushing up B shot. And that means it's all down to Pexer to batten down the hatchet on the B bomb site. Unfortunately, he's going to get a free haircut by Kappa, instantly taken down. Rix and Juventa with it all to do. Juventa bombing up B apps. Hellranger seems to have his number though. In the meantime, Rix with the AWP. Look at these post plants. They've more or less covered every angle, but there we go. Rix finding the kill on a Kappa, but Hellranger spotting him out, and Rix taking his head off as well, making it expensive for D2D, not bowing down and keeling over just like a wounded kitty. And the reason why I'm praising what Rix did is because he got two rifles, two kills that he had no, like the kill on the Hellranger, he had no right getting. Hellranger, there's no need to peek up there. And now you see they've lost two rifles going into that round, and they don't have the money necessary to buy into the next round fully. If they had kept 3 people alive, they'd be able to drop and everyone would be able to buy up and all the utility. Shabby in the meantime missing the shot onto Venom, I think, who's playing in Sniper Nest right now. And yeah, Rix. I like this. They've changed it up. Rix, who was playing A consistently with the op, now has taken it to B shot. A much more aggressive position. Might just catch D2D off guard. But D2D in the meantime showing no interest in taking mid control whatsoever. Kappa just playing very passively there, waiting for a push that's never going to come. In the meantime, Hellranger is playing very passively by B apps. They know that that Brutals have this tendency to aggress mid round and late round. So this is more or less a perfect hold, and finally players slowly inching their way underpass. I think it's going to come down to an A hit at the end of the day. But this is what's scaring me. All right, D2D, the only time they've left the bomb, left the bomb plant, they've left it so late, they didn't even get the bomb down, and this time they don't even have any frags to go in their favor. Kappa making a lot of noise over by B shot. Bomb is making its way over to the A bomb site, and they need to book it. They literally have no time, and because of all the noise they're making, I think the rotations should be coming in. Yep, we see Pexer. Okay, no one's rotating as of yet. Everyone's just, oh, Hellranger's gonna get spotted out by Rix, but he misses the shot. But Hellranger's getting shot from every direction imaginable. And there we go. No one's gonna check under Palace because, they don't have the time. And that's the problem. And they just get cleaned up. and get immediately reset. This is the worst possible outcome for D2D. And this is exactly what I was saying. When they leave, it's so late for the execute. Brutality just more than happy to sit back and let them come to you. And that setup at the A bomb site just so good from Brutality. Pexer was playing from under Palace, Venom supporting in from jungle, and they just wiped the floor with the D2D players there. Unfortunate, and that forces D2D's hand, and they go in for this Hail Mary force buy. It's a high risk, high reward play because their economy is just completely shattered. In the meantime, Shabby does take some nade damage. And that's the thing, right? Brutality, they're more than happy to let D2D just run the clock down because their executes haven't been on point. They expended all the nades, all the utility, and then they just had to walk out onto the A bomb site. And they just got mowed down. I think all they had to work with was a couple of flashbangs. And Pexer is going to see a lot of action very, very soon. And he's rattling off a couple of shots through the smoke. There's just 2 players onto the B bomb site. This is the right call coming in from Hellranger. Yeah, he's going to burst through the smoke, and Pexer's there to just mow them down. He's laying down the law there over by B-Apps. He just does get taken down, but then there's Venom to contend with, who chimes in with a double kill off his own. That's bombed down. And the last player, Hellranger, is left in no man's land. This round is just completely lost right now. Yeah. Again, that B play not working out for them. Hellranger does manage to tag up, Rick's down to 6 HP. Does manage to dink him, but it's not a kill. And there we go, scores tied yet again, 13-13 to the Brutals. And now the money on D2D is well and truly gone. Brutality look like they're on the way to registering their first win in this ESL Masters Series. Now, I don't want to jinx it, the curse of the commentator and all that. But yeah, it looks like it's well underway. And yeah, mid aggression coming up was pushing up mid, getting 1 kill, getting 2. Venom just ending them with that double spray down was Pexer. And Venom just completely eviscerate this mid play coming out from D2D. But again, it was an eco. It was a full eco. Just I think a couple of players had P250s there. And yeah, finally the buy does come out from D2D. Kappa is going to play utility with the UMP. Now, will we see a fast A hit? Like, just to throw a spanner in the works for Brutality. But I like the read coming in from Venom. He's got 3 players posted. It is more or less his default for the CT side, 3A, 2B. Again, very little mid control. But it worked out for D2D and is working out for Brutality. So both teams really need to work on the final execution. And there we see the smokes do come raining in. Was completely smoked out. It's going to come down to Juventa, who's curiously enough been smoked out himself. I don't know if he smoked himself out. In the meantime, there we see Rix making that off of his sing. Kappa getting the kill onto was, but there's Juventa under Palace. Common spots not being cleared. Antidote does spot him out, spraying away. But Juventa is going to get the drop on him, leaving it all down to Poker F, who goes down. Map point to Brutality. And that's just, at this point, it's just looking desperate for D2D. They need to pull a rabbit out of the hat. By that I mean they need to do something absolutely magical to see this game at least through to overtime. Oh god, that just fell apart so quickly. Rix with the opening kill, and Juventa played that so smart. I think he smoked himself off under Palace, and he just mowed down players as they walked out onto the A-bomb site. I mean, that was genius from Brutality. You know why? Because if he smokes himself out, they can't molly him out of his hidey hole. There's a tiny little gap which he was seeing through and just tapping and just taking, like just killing people, taking names just left, right and center. Yet another A play coming out. at least one smoke goes in, and yeah, D2D do seem to be favoring this A bomb site. Off late, D2D also going through a little bit of a slump. They crashed and burned out of the Corbex tournament as well. But this game has been just very well played by Brutality. Oh, see the Molotov comes out, and Waz is there to just spray down two people as they walk out of Palace. And is he done? No, he's not. Juventa in the meantime cleaning up the kills. Gets the kill on a Shabby, down to a 2v5. And okay, this just making a mountain out of a molehill there for themselves. Trollmeister does get the kill onto Juventa. Poker Ref at least getting the one frag, but Waz again has made himself his way under Palace, which has been the bane of this A hit for D2D. Hellranger, the last man left alive here in a 1v3 situation. What can he do? He does have bomb control. That's one thing that's going his way, but doesn't necessarily have to. Ooh, look at that scalping Pexa there with the UMP. Very good shot. Does know that Waz is playing from under Palace, or the question is, does he? There's more or less a perfect crossfire being set up between Waz, and there we go. That's all she wrote. Brutality registering their first win in the ESL Masters Premiership, and 16-13, Brutality seeing off the map. That's GG. Well played. See you all tomorrow, same place, same time, 8 p.m. sharp. Tomorrow's matchup. That's been all from me. It's Fet, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Thanks for watching, guys.
You paint a picture in my mind. You wanna leave it all behind. In a world that's turning all the time, nothing could stop me longing for your eyes. I won't let it die. I can feel you when you're not around. When the night gets cold, I won't be alone. We won't be alone.
Well, thank you, Fet, aka Archie, or is it the other way around? Smooth talker, man. Thank you for taking us through the breakdown of the game bit by bit as and when the action was happening. And for everybody logged in and tuned into this stream, this was the ESL India Premiership 2017's final game for Day 7 Counter-Strike Global Offensive, where you saw Brutality win their first ever ESL India Premiership 2017's game against Dare to Dream. Hard luck, boys. Hard luck, Hellranger and Antidote gang. We hope that that new and swanky bootcamp you got can be more utilized, if more utilized was a term, to prepare better and do better. Come on, guys, we believe in each and every one of you guys, everybody who's participating in the ESL India Premiership 2017. Now, this is brought to you by Omen by HP, Zowie by BenQ, HyperX, and organized by Nodwin Gaming. This brings us to the end of Day 7, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody who's logged into our social media, the Facebook page of ESL India and YouTube Gaming's channel of ESL India. We'll be back again tomorrow with the Day 8 of the ESL India Premiership, but tonight we'll call it done. So also remember, if you guys want to participate, the phase 2 of the registrations are open. Remember, the link is on the screen. All you need to do is go onto the link, hop onto the bandwagon by choosing which game you want to participate in, and there you are, you're done. You're a part of the ESL India Premiership 2017. So guys, we'll be back again tomorrow. So till then, go home safe if you're in your office or anywhere else. Otherwise, rest, because tomorrow is going to be another long day in the books of gaming. Cheers.